So they took
Okay,
out
this is
7C.
this is starting up to be quite an interesting game over here. Of course, most of the time the players will have a lot of experience on Pangea or Seven Seas, Highlands, maps that are quite big. Not that much on the other maps, and I think that's exactly what they're doing here. They're trying to force their opponents into
An awkward situation,
uncomfortable
like something,
position.
yeah, like they've never played in
Yeah.
this position, like, we'll beat you on your off map type of thing, right?
Exactly, exactly. And I think all four of the players over here are quite experienced to adapt really quickly to the maps. So I think this is just, I want to say, a mind game over here. Oh my God, it's going to be a choice between archipelago and small continents. Wait, really? I think they're gonna go small continents. Archipelago is one of those maps that actually is spawn dependent more than anything else. You might get a few more tiles more than your opponent, and that's how you win.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because like so
Oh
much of
my
the map is
God.
water. A few tiles difference can be a huge game changer. So what did they end up going for?
Archipelago, they actually went for Archipelago.
Oh
This is
my god.
yeah, this is definitely gonna be one of those coin flip type of games over here. But I gotta say, as much as I like to say, of course, yes, it's a coin flip and so on and so forth. It's a spawn dependent. It's still gonna be skill dependent as well. You do need to know what to do with your particular land. You do need to know when to push the limit, and when you want to push your opponent, when you need to defend against him, and so on. So we're gonna need to wait and see what's gonna happen here. But definitely a map like Archipelago, this is a premiere here in like a year or something. I haven't streamed something like Archipelago in so many games.
Wow, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a competitive multiplayer archipelago game. It's genuinely, it's going to be a little bit fascinating to see how these players play out. Now, it looks like pretty standard bans coming out here with Byzantium. Do you know much about these players? What kind of civs they like to play?
Liege actually likes to play civilizations like Mali, like he likes Arabia, he likes even Scotland, and I do believe he's well versed in the. I would say in the coastal ones, something like Coupe is gonna be like a glove for him. Uh, on the other side, Barsake, I've seen him actually quite a bit. I would say challenged in the last few weeks. Every time I see him play, he's always getting the one getting attacked from his team. He doesn't get to freeze him at all. So he kind of now wants to go for war civilizations just because of that. It's just his luck, it's the period of the year or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, look, if you get beaten up all the time, you may as well go to the gym, pick yourself a nice strong war civ so you can punch back when people throw a dig at you. Looks like you've
Yeah,
got
exactly.
Japan and Norway banned. Looks like, yeah, they're taking out all the strong naval civs. This is pretty standard, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're probably gonna see Victoria come up over here. We're gonna see Eleanor maybe. Both of the Englands are extremely good. Oh, actually, Eleanor, I don't think it's that strong. Thinking about it, with Eleanor, you kind of need to put down those theater squares, so that might not be ending up over here. But something like Persia would be definitely a choice. Even Gorgo does have those. I would say those extra points on the water. Scythia +5 against wounded units, and the heal that's massive on the games.
Yeah.
Indonesia, there we go. There are so many good civs. It's very hard to ban them all. So you're gonna try to take out the top of the top, but you're still gonna end up with a lot of very good ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's a kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation because, like, you can take out all the really, really strong water civs, but it still leaves the really good water civs, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's so hard, especially in a game with only 4 players, to ban out your opponent. I mean, like, if it's an 8-player game, you can ban and pick out an opponent. But here, I think we're going to see some juggernauts. Now, I do like what you said about Eleanor. I think Eleanor can work on water, but the problem is she is so dependent upon getting those great works open early. And if you're on water, you want to be getting your harbour, you need to get a campus, you need to get, there's so much you need to be working on. It's very, very hard to get those great works.
Yeah, Yeah, Australia also could be an option here, but I think Dido needs to be taken out. Oh, they had a choice between Dido and Spain, and they did take out Spain. Looks like Liege can pick up Phoenicia with those biremes. He's gonna get that base strength of +5.
Yeah, biremes are genuinely terrifying in the early game. The fact that they come into the game with a higher combat strength, and not only that, just here's the thing: like +5 combat strength doesn't sound like a lot, but it's like 40% more damage. It's insane.
Yeah.
And those biremes can be such a huge game changer, especially because they're one of the first units that are going to be out on the map making a difference.
It definitely looks like it's a challenge for Liege to pick something. He is. I'm not so sure they actually did any kind of training on Archipelago or even played it in such a long time. So yeah, there we go. They picked up Dido. So it's
I think my
a new frontier
curiosity-
for them.
I think if I was putting myself in Liege's shoes, I was thinking, it's the Dido pick feels very obvious here. It's more so what's going to be our second pick, and what are we going to do depending on what they pick. So maybe just running down the clock there to have a discussion with his teammate Bartsake. Is it Bartsake or Bartsake?
Bartsake. I thought initially it's Bartsake, but yeah, his viewers told me otherwise, and I was like, okay, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Now, we have a Dido. This is pretty expected. What do you think you're going to see the follow-up picks here for Sandro Games and Kayak? There's Victoria, the very, very obvious, straightforward Victoria pick. Yep, that's what we were expecting in some capacity. Victoria incredibly strong on the water. She has that Royal Navy dockyard half-price harbours, just like Dido has half-price harbours. Not necessarily incredibly powerful otherwise, I would say, on the ocean. I mean, you do get the what is it you get from building the Royal Navy? It's like a free units and stuff.
Yeah, free unit on your own continent, the highest tier naval unit you have, and then on another continent you get a free melee unit. I think Zach will either go for Australia or Rome. Those would be my two choices here.
There's the Australia. Yeah, Australia incredibly powerful for that +3 housing in coastal cities.
Yeah, that extra bonus that you get on your science districts, on your campuses, it will matter so much here. It will give him the timing. If you
can get a campus next to a single reef with breathtaking appeal, that's a +5 adjacency campus. It's really disgustingly powerful. And Portugal is picked, finally, for Bartsake.
Portugal. Oh my god, we haven't seen Portugal in quite some time. It got nerfed a little bit. Portugal doesn't get all of the double yields on its trade routes anymore. It only gets for the gold. Yeah, well, 50%
that seems like an appropriate nerf to me because goddamn, those trade routes were insane.
it still can do a lot of gold. It still can have a very good timing when it comes to the Caravels. Those nows are amazing because they get the free promotion. But we do need to see how they're gonna get used here, and if he's gonna get there, because that's another thing.
Yeah, you might have a really strong civ, but like if Dido comes back, or if anyone comes for you, it's very hard to escape.
You've seen yesterday. Varus took out their opponent before he even got to medieval era units.
You're not wrong. He got absolutely destroyed. Like, I mean, apparently the best way to deal with the Zulu is to kill them before they get impies. Portugal, by the way, they have received some changes. They no longer get +1 trade route for every civ of the game. They get +1 trade route every era.
Yeah.
And there's a few other small changes to them. But I think generally most of these civilizations should feel fairly familiar to players. With the BBG mod, I don't think they've been massively changed.
Sorry, on Portugal, I was writing them something. On the other civs or on Portugal? Sorry.
I don't think otherwise. The civs are basically the way they were, right? They haven't been massively changed.
So Dido doesn't get all of its amazing production on naval units. Now it only has the 25%, and I believe also the heal doesn't pop off. You know how Dido would heal in its territory.
The full heal, if it's on your capital continent. Yeah, that was OP.
Yeah. That was amazing. Yeah, it doesn't get that anymore. Australia doesn't get 100% production towards everything when it gets declared for 10 turns. Now it gets it if it liberates a city.
Well, that seems a lot more reasonable. Taking a look at this map here, and I kind of like it. We've got a battle island down the southwest with Ayutthaya. We've got Phoenicia and England spawning on the exact same island.
Oh my God. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Liege has somebody to go against on land and on the sea. Oh
Yeah,
man,
I think
and
I'm
they're
going to
on
rename
different.
that island to the Thunderdome.
Amazing. Well, Liege over here is gonna have his work cut out for him. He's gonna have stronger units, but he's gonna have a serious problem go against his opponent. We do need to see how many cities they're gonna get, and if of course they actually want to keep this map. This is another thing that I do have to put a prediction on. Usually the players do try to get the best out of this, and they do try to remap if they're not comfortable with the spawns. But you've seen what remaps can do. They do have a double edge over there. It can take you to a lower tier spawn, not only a bigger one or a same size one, same
Yeah, definitely.
quality one.
And I mean, if I look at some of these spawn locations, I would maybe be already considering a remap. Like some people have like a lot of flat land. There's not a lot of room around them.
Yeah,
This archipelago map kind of thrown a bit of a spanner in the works for how I would evaluate my start locations.
but yeah, basically, look at Australia. He has so much breathtaking. Sure, not that much in the way of I want to say, heals over here. But when he's gonna start improving those horses, he's gonna have amazing tiles to work, reef fish to get a lot more food, and so much adjacency coming up from these breathtaking tiles. This is gonna be amazing. Like that campus in where his settler is at the moment, it's +5 already.
Yep, for sure. And even, he could even put a campus on that iron as well
Yeah,
for +5 as well, depending on how he improves that diamonds and stuff. But I think there's a huge amount of potential here for Australia to pop off. I think I like Australia's position the best, even though at initial glance it looks the worst.
yeah, not that many tiles to work. A bit of a problem. And yeah, there we go. He's going diamonds. He's gonna settle a 2-2-3 base. Uh, he's gonna get to work a fish tile, and he's probably gonna go animal husbandry first. If he's when he's gonna find out about those horses, he's gonna be so happy.
Yeah, I'm surprised he won't go builder first to get that fish improved, but I guess animal
Look at that,
husbandry first does make sense. Um, I,
man.
I think this is like a god roll though, right? To get to settle on diamonds, you get a 2-2 tile and you get an extra 3 roll. That's just like gross.
Check this out. I am speechless. Look at the northwest where those whales are. Two geothermal fissures, breathtaking tile, and a mountain.
Oh my sweet Jesus Christ. That is 2, 4,
That's an
5,
innate.
8. That is a +8 campus right out the gate without any modifications right here. That is an absurd location.
Yeah, like who needs libraries when you have a +8 in your just city? This is amazing. This is so strong for him. He has a city state to kill also Buenos Aires. This is unbelievable actually. Now, on Portugal, on the other side, he has his own island, a few more hills than his opponent, but his stats are not even gonna be come close to what Australia is gonna pump out.
No, I mean, his campus quality is just going to be, a tier or two below. I mean, he has okay campuses. He does have reefs on the coastline that will give him that +2, but it's nowhere near the advantage that Australia is going to be pulling out.
Yeah, only a +2. Oh, that sounds bad. At least he's gonna
Ruh-roh.
have a good god of craftsman, a lot of iron and horses over here. Even though, honestly, I think there's gonna be a race for god of the sea here. Whoever gets it first is gonna win, or will will pick it.
Yeah, and it's interesting. It looks like Australia and Phoenicia are both going builder first for their fishing boats,
Yeah,
whereas Portugal is gone for a monument first. Interesting play. Why
I
do you
really
think he's
like
gone
that.
monument first?
Because usually the opening is with scouts, and when you have little islands, there's no need for scouts, so you might as well get something out of your early production because you can't build settlers. And Monument giving you the extra culture will put you closer to oligarchy in the next 20 turns.
Yep, that seems like it makes sense. You sacrifice the scouts for the ability to get that little bit of a monument early. I'm just surprised that he didn't go for a builder when everyone else is going for a builder. I'm kind of surprised England's going for a builder, actually, considering they don't have very good improvable tiles. Although I guess he does have that reef fish, which will help carry him.
It's all for the reef fish here. Reef fish is incredibly strong. You get that extra food, extra production there. It's so strong at the beginning.
Oh, do you know what I just
makes
thought?
it worth.
I think he rushed the monument so that he could get the fish Pantheon first. Because if he takes the first government first, he gets a couple of extra faith points over everyone else. I think he's going to be able to snatch that God of the Sea Pantheon. And that's going to be a huge Pantheon. It's going to make a huge difference over the course of the game.
Yeah, Barsaki over here already making one faith a turn, by the way.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's already making one faith a turn.
I wonder where he's getting it from.
Good question. I don't think he got chiefdom. It's too early. But he's maybe first meet into something. Did they meet any city state? No, I don't think so. There's no. Oh, there is a faith city state candy, but that's too far away for him.
Bart's sake, reveal your secrets. Where are you getting this faith from?
We got a settler coming up in 6, and I do think God of the Sea here would be a godsend. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resources to work into improving his capital. A lot of expensive resources. They're all third ring, or except one. Quite the problem.
Yeah, third ring resources can be a bit of a pain to get to. He does at least have his monument, so his borders will grow, so he might only have to buy the tier 3 tiles. But he'll be raking in the gold as Portugal, so he won't find that to be too expensive, especially if he plugs in the cheaper card.
Yeah. Oh, I think there's a bug on the map here. Liege and Barsake both have 1 point in Vilnius, and Vilnius is not even in the game. It's I think it was deleted. Yeah. It is what it is. I don't even know where is Vilnius. There's no Vilnius. There's a Caguana and there's a Neuthia. There's no Vilnius. But anyway, they did meet each other on land, England with Phoenicia. So we'll see if they want to go here. I see the Phoenicia did also have a +4, possibly +5 campus in the capital. He was quite good when it comes to the science. London had a +3. So I guess quite a few of them, except Portugal, would have had a lot of good campuses. The harbors would also, of course, matter so much, but nothing compares to Australia. Look at that spawn of Australia. He already improved the horse tiles. 2-4 horse tile, a 3 horse tile there.
How do I get this remap vote thing off my screen? Or do I just click OK?
Both of them remapped.
Oh, does that mean both of them used up their remap token?
Yes. Whatever map is the next one, that's going to be the map that we're going to play.
Oh, that's dangerous, because I feel like if I was Dido, I would have gambled on not remapping, because I feel like Dido wins a 1v1 on the same island.
You would think so, yeah.
The Byreme is just so strong.
No, I'm kidding. I was thinking Red Coast because they're on another continent, but that's not it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see them initiate a remap here, and I need to figure out one remap. Also, welcome everybody. For anybody that joined later, we do have, now we do have the 2v2 finals coming up from the Clan Championship Cup in edition 9, and this is gonna be between team cards, or I should say clan cards, and La Pegre. La Pegre is coming up from the CVFR community, and we do have cards coming up from CPL, with a few members coming up from CIFCIS and so on. For example, Sandro Games and Kazak are both actually from CFCIS, as in their community, but they played a lot in CPL, and they wanted to play with cars more. And today we're gonna need to see who's gonna get the final points. Every point counts right now. I don't know if you got to see the results screen over here, or I should say the file with the results. But the teams are really close to each other. We got Cars with 3,058 points, 52 games. Oh my God, they actually played 52 games this weekend. And La Pegre still with 52 games, but 2,954 points. So they're about 104 points apart. And of course, these final matches will matter so much. They're gonna fight in the 2v2 finals and the 4v4 finals.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredibly close race at the top level here. Only like less than 100 points between these two teams. How many points are up for grab for this game, by the way, depending on who wins? Do you know?
Oh, that's a good question. I think let me actually take a look here because I think I can take a look in the matches. I never actually I want to say remembered these points. So maybe I can find it out. Oh, let me ask a question and I'm gonna get back to you on that answer.
Yeah, no worries. I just thought you might know off the top of your head. We do have a new map, and everybody is on a separate island. Everyone is isolated from each other. Let's have a little bit of a chat about these start locations, Michael. Who do you want to talk about first?
Okay,
He
England
must
was
be
he
DMing.
settled?
Yeah,
Yeah,
England
yeah,
has
yeah.
settled the city of London. It's surrounded by delicious, delicious animals here.
Oh man, the sheep tiles. This is like Welshland, like right here, you know. We got three sheep tiles, one horse tile to the south, and I do see a deer tile. Well, he's only gonna have two cities to settle over there. This is gonna be quite well problematic for him, but this is how you take this chance whenever you're going to play on something like Archipelago. I do also notice Portugal is very close to him, and they're going to get to fight each other from the beginning. I don't think England will have that much of an advantage when it comes to his harbors, though. The unit coming out of his harbors, he's only going to have two of them. Well, you know, like only two boats. It shouldn't be that big of an advantage.
No, for sure. I think, are we resyncing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
I
2v2
was gonna.
finals points, 125 for the first one and 50 for the second, of course, the runner-up. 4v4 finals points, 250 for the first and 100 for the second.
Interesting. I know this might sound insane, Michael, but hear me out. What if, what if London goes for a Temple of Artemis here? He's got the deer. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 amenities in his capital. Is it
Yes.
unheard of to see a Temple of Artemis on an archipelago map?
No, but it's such gamble play because you don't know if your opponent is going to start sending units to you early, and those 7 turns that you would put into Temple of Artemis would actually be time for you to get harbors out or to get boats out. So we'll see when they meet, how they meet. Maybe they're not even going to see each other in some time because Portugal. Well, you see, he's going monuments. He's not going for a scout, even though he does have a relatively big island. And this is also gonna mean quite a bit. Portugal has where to settle, while London is stuck on two cities. On the other side, we do have Tyre coming up with a culture point, and I do see. Oh. This might mean that England over here might be taken out right off the bat. We have
Yeah, we have
Byrings coming up from the east,
a
boats
potential
coming up from
tag team
Lisbon.
from both players, right? That's a scary situation to
Yeah,
be in.
yeah, very scary. Liege also going for builder first. He's gonna get to improve his sheep tiles, maybe some horses as well. I don't see him having reef fish, so it is what it is. He doesn't want to go monuments. Interesting. He would be so fast on oligarchy if he went monuments with that extra culture.
Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised. Like last game, Portugal went monument first, but this game he's going builder first. But he doesn't actually have that many horses or sheep around. I mean, he has one of each.
Yeah,
So he will get some
I
value out of that.
I don't understand why they wanted to remap the first map, especially with Australia spawn. Like, sure, England would have been in a relatively irrelevant spot, but then Kazakh would just come in and wipe everything off the map with caravels.
Yeah, he was in what looked to be a dominant position. Um, but I think, sometimes players want to take a slightly safer bet. You never want, I
Yeah,
think
true.
you don't want to be in a 50-50 coin toss, do you?
Yeah, if for sure.
Like,
But this is whenever you the first coin toss was on the map. I would say when they chose Archipelago, they kind of knew what they're getting themselves into.
I
You
suppose,
know?
yeah, that's true. I mean, technically, should Victoria not get a technical remap because she can't settle two cities before shipbuilding?
He needs to ask the moderators. Let me actually take a look at. I know there was a difference between the other maps and this map, but they were talking about two other settles. Yes, give me a sec. I'm pretty sure he's gonna ask a moderator if he gets a remap or not. Archipelago, though, you might end up with so many technicals because of that. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. It looks like we will have a relobby as well. So, but I mean, I look a relatively smooth start to this game so far.
Yeah, it does say on all other maps, a remap is automatically rendered if you cannot settle two additional cities before the shipbuilding technology is researched.
Does that
And
include Archipelago?
yes, all other maps except Highlands, Seven Seas, and Pangaea. Yeah, let's rejoin here really quickly.
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if Sandro will ask for that technical remap. He does have the option to get a reset there because he couldn't settle more than one city.
Yeah.
Personally, knowing what I know, from the start of the game, looking down upon his land, I would, if I was in his position, I would ask for a technical remap, just based on the fact that like you really need those three cities early game, unless you're doing some sort of religious play. Then maybe a
Yeah.
two-city play makes sense, but I don't think that's the play for England in this game.
The thing is, the players kind of need to ask. We as observers can only inform the moderators, but at the end of the game, it's the player's choice if they want to keep the map or not.
Absolutely. As much as I would like to type in chat and say, Sandro, you technical remap. I can't. I don't want to influence the game, right? We're observers. We just observe. We watch the game. If he chooses to play it out, that's his choice. I'm not an admin.
Yeah, maybe don't. Yeah. Chat over here is already calling it this for a remap, so we get a better game going, a lot more balance. Well, I definitely understand this. Of course, you wanna see a long-term battle. You don't want to see someone taken off because they can only settle one more city and that's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is what you talked about at the start of the game: is that this archipelago map, it can be a bit of a coin flip, coin toss. I mean, like, if you look at the land that each player has, I mean, London, England has like a tiny little island. Portugal has an absolutely massive island with city-states on it. Dido, tiny little island. And then you've got Australia in what might actually be one of Australia's favourite islands. I mean, if you just look at the appeal map mode, there are so many incredible, incredible campus locations.
Yeah, I'm just giving the screenshot to mods.
FC means Firax's crash, I believe.
Yes, yes. 10:30 GG is a pretty bad show. I tend to agree with that. Indeed, we want to see them get all of the cheeky strategies going. I'd see Canberra actually doesn't have that bad of a spawn this time either. He does have Reef Fish there, a +5 campus in the capital, with quite a few cities to settle, but not nearly as good as the last one. Like, nothing's gonna beat the +8 campus.
Did you say he has a reef fish? I don't see his reef fish in Canberra. Maybe I'm blind. Or did I mishear you?
Yes. Reef tile. Did I say
Oh,
reef fish? I'm sorry. Reef tile.
yeah. No, I misunderstood what you were saying. Yeah, I definitely feel like this Canberra city is a big downgrade from the one he had before. But that's the gamble you make when you do a remap.
Yeah.
For some reason, there we go. There we go. Okay, I got my map working correctly again. Sorry, I was having a bit of a technical issue. So we've talked about England. We've talked about Canberra. Let's talk about Dido for a second. How do you feel about his start location?
On Dido.
Yeah, how do you feel about Dido's start location?
Plus for Harbor, I like the Cawthon over there. I like that he's gonna have two other districts. There we go. He's asking for a technical. The mods have confirmed it's technical.
Yep, there you go. That the technical. Even Bartsuke is curious about the technical on Archipelago, but I think it looks like he is asking for a technical remap, and the moderators have given him the technical remap. For those of you who don't know or are new to Civilization multiplayer, basically, if you can't settle more than 3 cities, you get a technical remap, which allows you to 3 cities before you get shipbuilding. You're allowed to remap, which just lets you reset the map.
Let me give you the full text. Give me a second. There we go.
Yeah, no worries.
That's the full text.
Sure thing. A remap is automatically granted if you cannot settle 3 additional cities within 5 tiles of your starting settler spawns. And I believe... error joining multiplayer session, huh?
Yeah, 1 second. I need to get the new lobby link, but I think they didn't put it up. They're gonna do a new lobby for the new map.
Yep, new lobby. Automatic remaps and any remap votes. When counting your tiles, your initiative is 0. For access placement is considered an automatic remap.
There we go. Got the new link. That's it. Wow. I moved and disconnected in.
Rip.
Yeah. Somebody was connecting on the same spot, and unfortunately that happens.
You got yoinked.
Yeah, it did.
I stole your spot. It was me.
It's
I
all
did
good.
it. I yoinked it.
This
I did it on purpose
let me
too.
the blue color.
You want to be
the
blue?
color.
Okay, hold on. All right, you can be blue. I'll be weird green.
Oh, this is amazing, by the way. Tap that Ash is saying in the chat here. I just want to say I got into a Civ 6 a year or so ago and play it every Friday with my girlfriend and her parents and brother. Wait, what? That's amazing. They showed me the game, but you two have taught me the game. I watch every Potato MC Whiskey video and every OnSpotTV stream that I can catch live. Love both of your content so much, and thank you for the consistent work you guys do. Much love, bro. Much love.
Huge poggers, Tap that Ash. Thank you so much for your lovely message. I actually missed your message in my YouTube chat. Thank you so much. I'm glad.
Thank you. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. It's okay. I forgot the radio.
Yeah, amazing. I can't even begin to imagine how it is to play with your family. Like nobody else in my family is even playing computer games, let alone playing every weekend with me. Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Dude, I think it would be very dangerous to play Civ with my family, because I think the first time a nuke flew, Jesus Christ, Christmas dinner that year would not be the same.
Your favorite food will get skewed. altered.
Possibly. Looks like we have everyone on their own little islands. I will say again, though, England did get, probably the short end of the stick here. Their island is a little bit smaller than everyone else's, although they do say it's not about the size of your island, it's about how you use it. Interestingly, Dido here spawning with a reef, but no fish reef tile.
Wait, is it? Oh, okay, so everybody is fine now. Everybody's fine now. I just checked all of the spawns. They can all settle at least to other cities. It's fine.
Yep, they're all good.
Okay.
Let's start up with Canberra. Canberra has been settled. How do you feel about Canberra? I do see a reef fish right there, and that looks very nice.
I like the reef fish, but I like those pastures more. Canberra, that's another thing that I didn't point out. You do get now an extra point of production on each of your pastures you improve. So he has 4 pastures. That's going to be all of them. No, 3 of them, 2 4 tiles. And then that horse is going to be 3 3. It's going to be amazing. That capital over there, it's going to be insane.
Yeah, pastures, I think, giving +1 production baseline and then getting an extra production on Australia, those are going to be late game grassland hill mines, but he has them in the classical era. That's going to be absurd. I think his production in that city is going to go crazy.
And look at the tip on the west side where that tribal village is, man. Those villagers knew the way. Those villagers, man, those are some foreseeing over there. Some, how do you call them? The ones that see into
Prophetic?
the future.
Prophetic,
yeah, prophets over there.
Dude, look, that is a 2 reef, okay, so that's +2/+2, and it's breathtaking. That is going to be a +7 campus on that thing, and he can settle a 2/2 base tile with 3, hopefully God of the Sea Pantheon turtles. Dude, that city is going to make a disgusting amount of science. Insane.
Yes, that is amazing. Of course, this island is actually all quite amazing over here. We'll see how many cities he's going to settle. We'll see what the timings will be. He's not that close to anybody that... Oh, wait, I say that, and then I see Phoenicia. Okay, there we go. So Phoenicia might come and tickle him a little bit. And I think God of the Sea...
tickle, but Byreme smashing into your cities on turn 20 doesn't feel like you're being tickled.
The production, though, the production is still going to be on Canberra. Like he's going to want them boats like there's no tomorrow there. Phoenicia, though, look at the settle on the dice tile. He's gonna give up on the fresh water. He's gonna settle the faith. He's gonna get the faster Pantheon here.
Yeah, but I do like the faster Pantheon, guaranteeing potentially that God of the Sea. And also, we have to talk about, this is a very defensive bay, right? Only 1 tile for boats to attack the city, and he's going to be starting with a luxury. It's a little bit light on production, but how do you like this start, Michael?
For Phoenicia, I think that's good. That's good. A decent island to develop his cities in. He has quite a few smaller islands around him. I like the food in the second city. That those 3/2 bananas are going to be amazing. 2/2 base with 3/2 bananas +3 cotton as well. Not bad. I think Phoenicia over here can definitely in the mid game take advantage of his spamming of settlers, and we're gonna see him settle quite a few cities. He has coastal trade routes with Lisbon as well to the east side. That's gonna be so much gold between them.
Yeah, for sure. Those coastal trade routes are going to be incredibly important to defend as well. A single galley could slip in there and start blowing them up, but if they can keep that alive, that will be a lot of gold for both of those players.
Yeah, and I do have to point out both Australia and both of the teams can actually trade coastally, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a contested area. They do need to defend their economic area on the seas, because otherwise they're not gonna get the gold for the caravels and everything else.
Yep. Trade routes are probably going to be one of the most important parts of this game. They just generate so much gold. And look, someone just gifted you 5 subs, poggers.
Oh, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Thank you, sir. Oh my god, we got quite a few new ones. Thank you.
That's hype. I hope you have a hype train, buddy. Builders now coming out. We're working on settlers. I see, I believe Portugal's builder is already out. He must have gotten a really fast start to have that builder out already.
Yeah, Portugal Bartzake here might have even popped that from a hut, but might have even popped that from a hut. I don't know what he'd build. Did he build a monument here first? No, No, he didn't. Okay, so I guess it is a builder first. Oh my god, he also has dice tiles. How is this luck on La Pegre? This is in the stars over here. So much luck on them. Both of their openings are with extra faith. They're gonna get the first two Pantheons. How is this real life?
Ah, that's insane. I
Amazing.
mean, look, La Pegre here making me feel Pepegre because they are cranking out that faith and they're going to get their Pantheons first. Pantheons first, Michael, that has to feel like it's a really big advantage to get them first, right?
Especially on this map, when every little small advantage can make such a big difference. Usually on the bigger maps, you can mitigate that with more cities, or you get like different type of bonuses and so on. But on this map, every little bit of extra production you can get, extra food you can get, or a Pantheon early can make the difference between life or death.
Yeah, I mean, so God of the Sea is an obvious Pantheon for this map. Are there any other
Yeah.
Pantheons that we would be expecting?
My chat is saying open sky for Australia, and I tend to agree with the four extra, or even five, six extra culture. It would be quite good over here for Canberra to benefit from. God of War and Plunder is easy peasy to think so. Maybe we're gonna see something like God of Craftsman if they do have a lot of strategic resources. I was looking at London here, but he only has two of them. Usually London does tend to spawn next to a lot of those, so
Yeah, I'm surprised that they actually only have one horse on England's island.
Yeah, we need to put. See. Does anybody know what La Pegra means?
Uh,
I know I read it like 2 days ago, but I totally forgot. So let me actually take a look here.
the underworld, I believe it means. It means the underworld. Like
The underworld.
like Hades or, you know.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, it does. It does. Oh my god. It's the ATAC. ATAC
It's
is
the
saying.
surname for the Italian mafia, I see.
Uh, I see how it is. I see how it is. Well, what can I say? The dark zone over here coming up from the French community.
Oh, I see. When it says underworld, they mean like criminal underworld. Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah. Also, Paul is pointing out Liege opening with a builder to improve salt is interesting because he's scared of lower amenities. Because he's probably gonna go very high in population. That's what he's thinking. But he doesn't have that much housing. Well, I guess we'll see. Interesting. Well, he's gonna get some extra amenities soon. Let's take a look at England here. England does have the continent Pangaea, and unfortunately no little islands to settle for another continent unless we take into account the Volin city. That is going to be a good city for him, easy city to take out. Has Sugar settled to the north, has a 610 settled from London, and I do see he's gonna have at least a +3 campus in the capital with a +3 harbor. He's going south for the second settle. He's probably gonna try to settle the niter tile over there.
Yeah, interesting that he's going south for the second settle. That's not where I would have gone. What do you think he's thinking heading down that way?
I think it's the extra science from the turtle tiles. He's like I said, every little bit of bonus is just incredible on this map. So that extra science, it's gold.
Yeah, it could be the extra faith, the extra science. That makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. Also about Phoenicia, I totally forgot that he settled on dice tiles. But yes, he is gonna get extra amenities, and of course he's gonna have happier citizens, giving him activating the bonus for happy citizens. I'm curious where he's gonna go with the second settle. Definitely that. There we go. It's the bananas to the north. That's gonna be awesome as a city. Oh, look at a Kazakh. He's actually going for the south with Australia. He's not going for that turtle tile for the turtle tiles on the west side. He didn't even scout that. Or wait, did he?
Yeah,
not?
I think it's the fact that he
He
doesn't know
doesn't
about
know.
it. But when he
doesn't
does know,
oh man,
he doesn't know.
Okay.
Pepe laughed. But I think once he does
Yeah.
know, he's gonna head that way.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, the rice tile is gonna be good-ish, not extremely good. I don't know. We'll see. It doesn't feel like it's gonna be that awesome to settle that. Sure, some extra food, but no pastures around. You don't get a good harbor. I guess it's a very good campus though. That's gonna be what, 1, 2, 3, 4 campus, possible 5 when he's gonna get the harbor out.
Yeah,
So
it could be.
still,
I mean, +1 food is decent tempo. It's not amazing. The fact that he has +1 food means he can work a 1-3 tile without slowing his growth down, which means he will get that monument out slightly faster than he would normally.
yeah, exactly. Faster population is always good. And look at that. The city of Tyre is already pop locked. It's 13 tiles to go for the other one, even though he does have the extra food from the fish tiles. He needs to get extra housing
Housing,
really
yep.
quickly here. But this is the sacrifice he made for the first fast Pantheon. And he did get God of the Sea as a Pantheon.
Yeah, having God of the Sea is quite the game changer. This is obviously a naval map, so there's going to be a ton of fish all over the map, and being able to pick up that extra +1 production, it turns those 3-1 tiles into being, what, 3-2 tiles? That's so much more powerful.
Yeah. Amazing growth there. I see Portugal also getting a second city to the north. He put it on the lake, so he gets his fresh water. Monuments coming out, 3-2 banana to work, and he's getting a third settler really quickly here. In the next turn, no Pantheon yet though from him. Is he? I think he's just thinking about it because he should have enough faith. Let me check this out. He actually no. He needs 3 more faith points.
Yeah, I
He
think his
get the
faith was
dice
slightly
later.
slower.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Everybody, he's still gonna be faster than everybody else. Kazakh is on 6, Sandro Games on 5, and of course they're making 1 a turn. So, and the good thing is here, he didn't need to choose the God King card, the 1 gold and 1 faith point. He went for the extra production in his cities, and that is quite an advantage. For example, Barsak is 17 production, while Kazakh is 14, Sandro Games 14 on the same number of cities.
Oh, right.
A little
Sorry, I
bit.
could see. I was trying to figure out how you could see their government cards, but you click on the player and then look at their government. I see. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Portugal's tempo is actually really impressing me here. The fact that he has his cities out, so it feels like he's like just doing things faster than everyone else by 1 or 2 turns, right?
Well, he did get that builder fast, and he did improve the sheep tile with the fish improved. You see the 4-2-1 there. That's basically a spy style. He got such a fast population growth. Even if he pumped 2 cities out, he still has 3 pop, and now he's getting more of these. Did he just pop? Anyway, yeah, we do have some comments over here in the chat telling us that he might have worked the extra production to get the settler faster rather than the dice style, having only 2 production points.
That does make
That might
sense.
be.
That does make
Yeah.
sense. Oh, he found a pop in a tribal village. Yeah, that would be enough
Yeah,
to get
very
you
nice.
a settler a couple of turns early. That's
Yeah.
a really, really good advantage. We haven't talked about England for a moment here. They're getting their 4th settler. They have a monument cranking out in their 2nd city. They're looking pretty happy.
And it looks like he's gonna go for that 2-2 base to the north next to the 3-2 banana. He's gonna leave the sugar tile settle for later on. I think he did discover all of his island. Yeah, he knows about every little bit of tile that he's gonna have here. Definitely the 2-2 bases are gonna be amazing. I see he already improved 2 amenities, the pearl tile and the turtle. And looking at the north over here, he's gonna start to open up the land towards Australia. They do need to scout between each other to actually send those trade routes. So galleys are gonna be quite important. I see also Sandro Games is gonna put off making anything else like a district or something until he's gonna get his 4th settler. London is gonna go for that, and Celestial Navigation is in 8 turns, so I guess he has perfect timing.
Yeah, I think it's slightly risky to go for this many settlers maybe on a normal land map, but you can easily get away with this on a sea map, I feel like.
Oh, Australia just noticed where Phoenicia is. He has an advantage over Phoenicia. I don't think Phoenicia knows about this. Kazakh
Ooh.
sees the borders, while Leech does not know about the warrior of Australia.
No, he doesn't. That is critical information because Kazak is going to be able to make decisions about the positioning of Dido, and Dido's not going to be is going to be none the wiser.
Yeah, and I do see immediately Australia put down that +5 campus from the capital. He has another one, another +5 from Melbourne. I see he's moving a settler somewhere to the south over here. Okay, we'll see where he's gonna put that one down and get a campus out of it. And of course, getting some monuments out for the extra culture per turn. Kazakh over here is 5 and 4. He's gonna explode in the next few turns.
Yeah, I mean, especially that 5 science just about to come through in the next turn. That's going to put him 3 to 4 science ahead of anyone else in the game. Dude, I'm stumbling over my words today. And like, how important is a few points of science in the early game? Like, can that be the difference between winning or losing a war?
It might mean 1 or 2 turns off from even cartography. Like that's yeah, that might mean you win the war there. You would say 2 turns or 3 turns is not that big of a difference, but especially in this kind of map, it's incredible as a difference. We're gonna need to see who's gonna get the galleys, who's gonna scout. I see Portugal actually starting to build some galleys out. Barsake is curious to see his available land.
Interesting thing about Bartsuke that I want to point out as well, he did go for the city patron goddess Pantheon, wanting to get those harbours up nice and early, and weirdly enough, he settled the city of Faro inland rather than on the coastline.
That is true. I am a bit surprised about this. I guess he's still gonna get the harbor on the west side, but really, really surprising position here. He went also for city patron goddess, not god of war and plunder. And another important fact here to take into account is they're gonna contest those admirals. And the good thing is there are a lot of admirals. The bad thing is a lot of them will want them, so they're gonna make a lot of projects for them. The Caravels no, bonuses for the animals that give bonuses to the Caravels are the most craved ones here.
Yeah, for sure. If you can get a +3 combat strength advantage on your Caravels, that could make or break a war. It could be a huge game changer.
Yeah, if you get the +3 and another +5 from another admiral, that is, or the Armada
scary.
one, Santa Cruz. There are so many good admirals, and this is, of course, there we go. England actually went for God of War and Plunder. Really surprising. I'm actually quite curious why he went City Patron Goddess over here over God of War and Plunder. Because England might actually just run away with so many points. We'll see. Projects are gonna probably be the main resource of points here for Portugal, and I think even Dido will have the same problem.
Yeah, I mean, letting England get God of War and Plunder, giving them +1 Admiral point from their harbours. They do keep in mind that England already gets an additional Great Admiral point from their harbour. So from a single harbour with a lighthouse, they're going to be getting 4 Great Admiral points. That's going to make it very hard to compete with them.
We do have that settler coming up from London. I see traders starting to pop off from Sheffield, and we do have some calls over here to see the era score points. We got 8 more turns to go until the next age, and we got Central Games on 11 points out of 19. Kazakh is 10 points. Barsake is on 11. Liege is on 14. I don't think Liege actually built a biome. No. But he did meet England on the west side. He has a builder scouting, and you see they're watching each other over there on that tiny island.
Ooh. Do you see what I see? Do you see Kazakh's galley moseying its way towards Dido?
It's coming. Yeah.
Now,
and that God of the Sea it does feel like it's a little bit underused here. I guess you didn't want to spend the gold.
Can a single galley kill a city?
I mean, if you're caught out of position, yeah.
Ooh.
And they're getting caught out of position, actually. Wait a second, they don't have gold to buy a warrior. The thing is, a galley, it's extremely hard to kill. It has a lot of problems killing a city when it has a warrior inside, but when it's 10 strength, it can actually attack into it. It's the galley is what, 30 strength? Yeah, 30 strength.
30 strength is a little bit scary, although we do see bireams coming out. We're not going to see a city snipe here, I think. I think those bireams are going to
Yeah.
be strong enough. I believe Dido just plugged in the 100% production towards ancient and classical era naval units. Is this the moment where Dido turns on the war machine and tries to kill someone early?
I would assume no, but
Oh, so
he's
these
still
bireams
gonna
are
need
just for
defensive.
map control then.
Ideally, when you do get when you're in such of a position, you do want to get your garrison defense strength a little bit higher, just for these to mitigate these galley attacks, possible galley attacks. On the other hand, on Dido, you still need your Cothons. You want to prepare for the next era, and I think everybody now is actually scrambling to get the era score points. That might have been why Australia got the galley in the first place. He just wanted the extra 2 era score points coming up from building a galley, building a boat.
That makes
Now,
sense.
how are they gonna actually manage to get those points? That's another matter. Because at the moment, I see Sandro Games, for example, has Royal Navy dockyards in production. He's gonna do them. You see, 1 turn in London, 2 turns in Bristol, 2 turns in Sheffield. Very, very quick harbors. That's gonna put him on 16 out of 19, and he still needs more points. Celestial navigation did get discovered. So now political philosophy might be the next one that gives him a lot of points.
Yeah,
Well, that might be a problem. I'm not
I'm
sure
just
about
think
the.
I'm just thinking
Yeah,
to myself, because it's a naval game, you tend not to research things like the Great Bath or the pyramids or the Temple of Artemis. So you don't have access to those early game wonders that can get you that extra 4 era score you need to get a golden age. Where are these guys
yeah,
going to get these era score points from?
that's a good question. That's what I was trying to find out myself. Maybe a city state, although I don't see them putting points in or money in them. Usually, you do want to put money. I'm not even sure they did discover them. Um, I see campus research projects coming up from Australia, so I guess he's gonna get at least another point from a scientist. Now we still have 5 more turns, so let's see what he's gonna do. He's 15 science, 11 culture. He might pop political philosophy. Now
Yeah, I
he
think.
needs to meet those 3 city states, right, for the boost.
Oh, yes, he does. He's not going to get it in time unless he meets those city states. 2 bireams out in the ocean as well right now. The specter of Phoenicia, very scary at the moment.
Yeah, and look at the damage counters against the galley. They definitely output the best damage there. 38, 35 city strength now on Phoenicia. It should be more than fine. Well, they're gonna drop down to 20, 25, but it's fine. A lot of gold coming out from the crabs. I see Cothons put down by Tyre, Sidon, and the Byblos is also gonna get one. Not extremely good ones, only +3s everywhere. Still can do the work here. We do
Yeah,
have Barsake nailing the points. Liege nailing the points for the Golden Age. Kazakh, is he gonna manage to get the Golden Age? And of course, the next upcoming question is, does it matter? Because he's gonna have anyway so much stats. So many stats.
yeah, true. I mean, if you just take a look at those pastures in his capital, they are making through 6
Yeah.
yields each +1 culture. Jesus.
Okay, so I see he's gonna pop that hut. That's gonna put him on 14. 14 out of 19 points. Getting another galley. Actually getting a lot of galleys here. Going for the campus research projects. Doesn't have a splendid... oh, wait, he does have a splendid harbor in Canberra. He could go for a +4 if he does have the tech, but he doesn't have the tech. He's going shipbuilding? Wait, what? Okay, interesting.
Maybe he's looking to get those galleys? I don't... Are the quadriremes? Not sure. Maybe he wants to embark?
Oh, they didn't meet a single city state because they didn't go for the galleys fast enough. They didn't get to scout that much the land, so they didn't meet a single city state here. Nobody's gonna get the points for. And look how close he was. Like Sandro Games even met the borders of a city state, but never actually went there. Oh man! In the
Ooh.
southeast, there's there's Hansa, and England. Wow. Okay, sure. Was so close to it. He didn't do it.
I still have confidence in these players that they might be able to pull something off here. These aren't slouches. They know what they're doing. I think they might be able to do it. I mean, how long is left? They've got 4 turns to pull out a few points.
Okay, they declared war. That's a few more points there. or they should be, or did they meet? I think they met each other anyway. Oh, they met each other. Okay, it's fine.
Oh, it looks like that galley over by Melbourne has been isolated. Melbourne being put under siege from the sea.
Yeah, Leech coming up with that biting from the east side, and immediately Kazakh bought a galley in that city. Doesn't want to leave the Bidings attacking the city without the extra strength, the extra defense.
No, for sure. A Byreme hitting a city with no galley defending it, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we need to start the predictions on who will win.
Do you have
Cards.
an instinct right now? I know we don't want to predict a game this early. It's it's not good manners. But is there someone whose position, if you had to sub into the game, who would you like to be playing right now?
I would really like Portugal here, except that City Patreon got us. I don't like that. But other than that, it's amazing. He's already putting those traders on the sea towards his ally. Look how much gold they're making, La Pegra. There's 32 gold a turn, turn 28, 30 gold a turn. 62 gold in total per turn.
Ooh, one quick thing that I do want to point out, actually, that I just realized is Australia is going to get Zhang Heng, who will give him the Eureka for Celestial Navigation, Mathematics, Engineering. That will get him really close to Caravel's. He'll be able to place down that breathtaking harbour, and if he can finish it, that might be enough era score, right? He must have a plan for this. Even if he doesn't get the era score, he's going to have incredible Caravel timing.
He must have a plan. Yeah, he must have a plan. Oh, I see in political philosophy 2 turns. He just got that. Oh, he got a booster, but it's not enough. Not enough. He's 1 turn off. Oh my god. Such a
Oof.
big difference. And this is where, when you build a monument faster, it gives you that 1 extra point. That
Yeah.
1 extra turn that you would need. For example, if you would have maybe improved the third ship tile, that would have given him the political philosophy.
Yeah, so unlucky. Unless he can find a tiny piece of culture somewhere or something. Oh, man, that's got to feel bad that he's so close to glory.
Yeah. I do see England over here is going to get that fourth city. Did meet Volan. I see Bristol is coming up with more galleys and harbor shipping projects. Oh,
Yeah, you can see that the battle lines are beginning to be drawn as players are starting to produce those galleys, and England already working on those great admirals. The first one is about to pop out too.
yeah. I got one of my viewers asking me why didn't I stream the German games. I think we did stream through the Ironmans, German players. It was just Mama Leto, for example, but it was just not in the schedules, I guess. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
unfortunately, we can't cast every single game. We did our best to get as many as we could, and we tried to pick really good games for you guys to watch.
yes. Also, thank you so much, Colo. Oh, Mama Leto is saying that he is not on Civ Germany anymore. He went for HOK. He doesn't want to be with the Germans. Oh no. Come on, bro. Galapagos first meet? Oh, did they? Did they? Yeah, they did. It was Australia that did get it. 16. No, he's still on 16 out of 19. Sandro Games did manage to get the 19 out of 19. Oh
Yeah,
my god. 110. Yeah, this is not happening.
this is painful. Missing out on it's not pen brush and voice they go for. It's free inquiry, right? For that harbor adjacency science. That's what they usually, is that what they normally go for here?
Depends. The main problem is, can you get the big question is that you need to answer is, can you get the gold for the caravels to be upgraded without the card, without mercenary card? If you cannot, if the answer is if you cannot, that you cannot, you need to go for pen brush and voice and try to get the science otherwise. So here, for example, Australia, it's much better off going for pen brush and voice. Then, because he has like insane campuses and he needs the gold, he's on -3 gold a turn already.
Yeah, -3 gold is not good, actually, especially considering that the enemy team has a combined 100 gold per turn. Are they already
Yeah,
trading across the ocean? They are. Look at those
yeah.
trade
This
routes
is
cranking out the cash.
And this is one of the reasons Phoenicia did want to put a few biomes in the water. The economic zone is right on top of Sidon, right? This is where the main economy is going to be made between them. Phoenicia's traders will meet the Portugal traders on the city of Sidon and Tyre. So this is where the routes are going through. He needs to push Australia further north or west or north or west, so he cannot pillage those traders.
No, yeah, that like so much investment has gone into getting those traders that that's like their economic heartland. It must be
Yeah,
protected. A single
yeah, at
like we
all
talked about
cost.
earlier, like a single galley getting in there and just pillaging 2 to 3 of those trade routes could be devastating.
And that the galley would pay for itself like triple the amount.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be they'd be like pirates. They'd have to bury treasure all over the map to just try and get that much gold home.
Yeah. We do have Victoria with a free inquiry. So he did go that free inquiry. He's gonna give up on the extra culture he's gonna get. 17 science, 14 culture. And I do see him popping a few admirals. The fleet admiral just got recruited, Gaius Duilius. He's on 4 cities, and that's gonna be, well, I guess he can settle another city with a +4 harbor on the tip of the peninsula there on the east. And of course, we're gonna need to see what he's gonna do afterwards. Kazakh normal age, quite unfortunate, but he still has amazing stats: 24 science, 17 culture, most science in the game, decent amount of culture, second tier culture here.
Don't forget,
We
not
got
only that, he's got the most production in the game. Those pastures coming in clutch, giving him a
Yeah.
huge advantage. How do you feel about Kazakh's position in general?
I feel like he has a strong position, but it's all about that science. If he does manage to get the cartography timing done, it's not even going to matter that Phoenicia is pushing him right here. Because Phoenicia can't, I don't think he can take over cities. He can just bully a little bit Australia. We'll see if the gold is going to be there. And I think that's where Sandro Games comes in. He needs to realize that he's going to need to be the gold maker this game, because Kazakh is just not going to make enough gold.
No,
Yeah,
Kazakh is under siege right now.
yeah, and you gotta realize, yesterday we had Australia with the same kind of advancements, and it was turn 46 Caravels. We might see the same thing here, uh, which is gonna mean that in the next 16 turns, we're gonna need to see, well, 14 turns, we're gonna need to see Sandro Games get enough gold for those Caravels. It's 180 a Caravel. That's insane amount of gold.
Yeah, and I mean Dido putting the pressure on here, starting to attack those Caravels with his combat advantage with the biremes. A little bit scary of a position for Kazakh to be in, because if Liege can close that noose,
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Definitely a problem. We got Barsaki on a pen bash and voice golden age, and he's giving up on the science coming up from his harbors. He is probably gonna make the economy and gonna give to Liege the lead on the Caravels. I see Liege went for free inquiry. So you see how they're trying to set the roles, even in a 2v2. They're setting the roles. One economy, one going for the Caravel timing. One is gonna push, one is gonna develop his cities.
yeah, and it seems to be totally based on the positioning, right? Although
Yeah.
weirdly enough, England is in the safe position. It looks like they've went for the push towards Caravel's position, right? Or am I crazy?
Yeah. That's what's happening. And I gotta also point out, we got that race on the animals. Phoenicia is making 3 great animal points a turn. Portugal 3. We got England on 6, and then of course we're gonna need to see when Australia is gonna get his animals out. He's just barely building his harbor.
Yeah, I mean, great admirals. Great admirals don't give any benefits to galleys, do they?
No. They only give to quadrims. Galleys are ancient eras, but it's so important to start up that point accumulation, because later on in the game, you're gonna need all the points that you can get for the Renaissance ones, for the ones that give bonuses to Renaissance units.
Yeah, especially because some of them, some of them give you free units, some of them give your units promotions, some of them turn your units into fleets. There's a lot of really nice, great admirals that can completely change the game. So you definitely want to get those points rolling early.
Yeah, I see more harbors coming off from England. He might actually take over the city of Poland. That's going to give him a free harbor there. And I see, well, I guess it's not that good a city when it comes to production, but still, a free city is a free city.
A free city with a free harbour is as well. And I would like to point out that Australia has managed to sneakily shift enter that galley into Melbourne, escaping from the collapsing biremes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's good that Kazakh is using that double heel in the capital city, so he can get the galley replenished. I'm a bit confused. I'm a bit curious why he didn't buy out the tiles below the galleys that he has on the south. He could get extra heals over there if they get hit, and they just need to stand there and they heal every time.
That's actually a really good point. He could do that. I think part of the problem might just be the fact that he's a little bit broke right now. Opting to go for campuses first has left him with a very, very weak economy in comparison to his opponents. Also, I would like to point out, Michael, Dido is going for 3 more settlers. The amoeba strat is happening. They're about to double the size of their empire. What do you think about that?
I think that's exactly what he should do here. He put a lot of boats in the water. He has the upper hand on Australia, and of course, getting more cities out is going to give him advantages later on in the game. And this is exactly the moment you want to get them. You don't want to delay this. Also on the west side, you see he's facing off English fleet next to Hansa. They're like 3 galleys versus 3 biremes there. He's trying. Oh! Australia found a weakness in the armor, in the defense of Phoenicia. He found a way directly to the city of Tyre.
He did? Oh, could this be a pillage? There could be a pillage potential here
It
on
might
this
be a
harbour.
pillage, yeah.
And even pillaging those fishing boats. Oh,
Settler!
snipe!
Oh
Oh no! Oh no! That's that guy.
Well,
that settler's in range. He could capture that if he spots it.
if he that's a big one. If he spots it, and of course, if Phoenicia doesn't fast move, the settler of Phoenicia does have extra movement, right? It's 4 movement on the water, while Australia does have 4 movement on the galley. If that settler first moves, it's gonna get out of there.
Oh man! Oh man! Imagine if he stole that settler. Imagine if he blew up those fishing boats. Imagine if he blew up that harbour. I think we could see Liege smash his keyboard in rage.
Yeah. We got a question here. Why is Portugal on 9 science? It's because of Pembroke and Voice. Barsake is going for the economy here, putting down lighthouses. I see multiple harbors coming out. More cities also. 1, 2 more settlers are coming out from him.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to be the bank for his ally this game. He's going to be feeding him gold constantly.
They're not moving. Okay, there we go. It was Liege that moved first. Okay, there we go. Man, if Kazakh was on buttons over there, wow. Okay. It is what it is.
Dude, that settler will never know how close to death he came.
Yeah. Well, he's going to find out from the replay how close he was.
Absolutely. I really wish, I know that sounds awful to wish misfortune upon one of the players, but I kind of wish we'd seen a settler steal because my God, they're so exciting to witness.
I know, and they're so impactful on the game. But like you said, you can't really wish for that, right? It is what it is. You kind of get to see it or you don't. It is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I do notice English galleys did start to fight the Phoenician boats, and it looks like one of the galleys got killed, while Phoenicia still has his 3 galleys out and about. England is starting to acquire more admirals. He got Artemisia and Gaius Duilius earlier, and now it looks like he's going for the 3rd one, the Hanno the Navigator.
Yeah, Hanno the Navigator, does that create a naval melee unit? Does that work once you have caravels?
Yes, it does. And you should wait for caravels.
That's huge. Having a 7 movement caravel for free, that could be a very dangerous ability.
Yeah. Oh, Kazakh moving in. He's going to go directly on the city of Tyre. Not going to wait for anything else. And he's going to get to pillage the Cathan.
Oh, there we 56 gold yoinked away, and he's losing the benefits of that Kothon. That is a big play.
Yeah, the fact that he's not gonna let the city of Tyre produce units anymore, that's gonna be massive. He's just gonna get that one bite him and can't take out the galley immediately. He's gonna need to reposition his boats. And look at that, Kazakh is also pushing back Liege from the north. And this is, I gotta point out, this is because of Liege's production towards settlers. He took a risk building more cities rather than putting more boats. But that's still going to help him out in the next part of the game. It just needs to get Cothons out and build more units as soon as possible, defend his economic zone. I just hope he realizes that the north of Sidon, it needs to be the heartland. It needs to be the most protected zone.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like Liege started to push in and close the noose around Australia, and Australia has burst out, a lot of ships being exchanged. And it does kind of feel like you're saying here, it does feel like Dido has a window of vulnerability. It's just, I wonder if Australia is going to know where to punch, where is the soft and tender part that they need to cut open to get to those juicy traders.
Exactly. And this is, if they do manage to do that, I think that's exactly their way back into the game. Because Kazakh, 41 science, 20 culture, definitely is going to get to cartography faster than anybody else in the game. His only weakness is he's not going to get the gold. And of course, they do need to keep as much gold as possible from now to upgrade at least a few. Like, even if they upgrade like 3 caravels, it's still going to be massive. And there we go. Australia is starting to lose a bit. They did try to attack into a Phoenician bite him, but then we do see Phoenicia getting some more boats there. One other point here was made. He could see, Leech could see that boat. He should have 4 sight on the sea with the settler. Which was surprising. If he could see the boat, how did he not first move? I guess.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh well,
sure.
it is what it is.
It is what it is. But I think
Wait, Etemenanki?
Etemenanki, where?
It's Portugal. Portugal getting Etemenanki in the Pingala city in Faro.
Interesting decision.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see a huge amount of floodplains here, but it's enough to make Etemenanki useful. Is this for Aeroscore, or is he actually just thinking, I need science?
Well, he definitely needs science. He's on 11. He's getting multiple campuses out, and he's gonna try to come back into this. The nows are amazing if you do manage to get them fast enough. The problem is the key there is fast enough. I'm not sure what he's gonna do here. We'll see. There is a strategy actually to defend against those caravels, and we've seen it multiple times how the players do try to use a lot of galleys or a lot of pirates in this scenario, and put the scouts in the water, or any kind of unit actually from land, because you do get extra support bonus on the boats, and because of that, you just get higher and higher strength. You don't get one shot by the caravels anymore, and you manage to
You can buy enough time to get your own caravels. Yeah, I've had that used
basically
against me. I really hate the fact that land units give +2 combat strength to sea units. Oh, there is a trader that is potentially vulnerable. But yeah, I do think that Phoenicia is in a position, as long as he keeps producing biremes, he will be able to hold, even if Australia gets caravels.
Yeah, now he should be fine for a little while. The problem is he's on 19 science with 16 culture. It's gonna take an extremely long time to get to caravels from his side, and of course he's gonna get more customs out. He's gonna try to repair the ones that he lost, and of course in the meantime he's gonna need to get more boats out, an insane amount of boats out. We already have Australia with the necessary boats. He's trying to get his harbor shipping projects for those admirals. And I do think England over here is going to try to get him the gold. But saying that and then looking at England, it feels like it's not there. And, like it's not enough. 27 gold is just not enough.
Yeah, the lack of those international trade routes seems to be hurting Team England and Team Australia. Like, I feel like I feel like we should see more gold from them, but I think it's the trade route issue.
Yeah, yeah, it is definitely a trade route issue. Big announcement, by the way, CWC, the Civilization World Cup does start on in November, first week of November, and we're gonna have all of these top teams coming up from each community showing up in a 16 team tournament. That's gonna rage on for quite a few months over there.
Yeah, that's going to be a ton of fun. I'm hoping to cast some games with you for that. That'll be great to
Plus,
keep up
plus.
with. One thing I do want to point out is there are a couple of Portuguese galleys to the west of London. We might see a couple of harbours go down here.
Oh, Portugal actually sneaking those in. Wow. While Sandro Games was focused on the east side, trying to get Hansa in the positioning on Phoenicia, it looks like he left open his west. Oh my God, Barsake. Amazing plays, the sneaky plays.
Yeah, we could see a builder go down. We could actually see a lighthouse and a harbour go down, which is a double pillage. Ooh, that could be really, really painful to England's economy, especially because England's economy is incredibly precarious right now. Only now getting the warlords thrown and the lighthouses out. It's a bit of a scary moment.
Very scary, especially since Kazakh is 4 turns away from getting cartography. Looking at the total yields here, he's 259 gold and Saddle Games is 166. I gotta point out you can generate gold from chopping tiles. So we might see some chops over here come out for the crabs, I believe, to give you gold, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a reason
Yeah,
that
40.
The Deadliest Catch is one of the most popular shows in the world. You know, you catch those crabs and you
Yeah.
sell them off, you make a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, he did manage to pillage, by the way, that trade route. You're calling it out. He did put 4 galleys in the front line. So he pillaged one trader. That's why he got an extra 100 gold there, 90 gold. Now we do
Yeah,
have Portugal going in London. He's there. He's right in the face of London.
yep, he has sniped that builder with that one charge left. Oh, man. Although England did manage to notice before they finished their lighthouse, so they will be able to get galleys out to respond to this.
Yeah, still the harbor is gonna go down. That's a little less gold for the Sandro Games to make every turn.
Yeah, and don't forget, this also lets England know that you can't just send units to the east. England is going to have to start building galleys and send them to the west to defend against this.
Indeed, I do have to point out Phoenicia here actually has quite a bit of a problem. He has a lot more cities, but he needs to realize that now it's the time to put biomes in production from each of them. Because if he's not gonna do that, he might actually be overwhelmed. Like defending against England and defending against Australia, that's gonna get his Caravel soon. Eh, I don't think that's gonna be an easy defense here. It's a
Yeah,
bit too much.
yeah, especially because all of Dido's cities are very, very spread apart, and Australia is only 3 turns away from cartography. That's a pretty scary
Yeah,
place to be, isn't it?
very scary. He's getting harbor shipping another project for that admiral. If he does manage to get the next one, that's Himerios. It is gonna be giving him Renaissance bonuses, so his um, caravels will have an extra +5 and extra movement.
Yeah,
And
I
while
mean, go ahead.
while you look at the technology tree, Liege is on 3 turns buttress. He not only needs buttress, he also needs the cartography to go there. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, it's going to take. I mean, he's going to have to survive probably 5 to 10 turns with biremes against Caravels. Is that feasible? Is he going to be able to do it? Especially since there is a galley that has snuck through. It is in the gap. It could be going for these trade routes.
Oh, did he pillage another one? Oh my God, he pillaged another one.
Ooh, that's
That's
painful.
Oh my God, that is right. That is the Caravel right there. That's half of a Caravel right there for Australia.
Yeah, it's huge. Every single one of those traders that he picks up gets him another Caravel, and that could be the Caravel that breaks the Dido's back.
I was wondering how did they manage to get 368 gold and 295. Now he has what 4 Caravels worth of gold, almost 4 Caravels worth of gold.
Yep, that is just and it's got to be really frustrating from Malaysia's perspective because he probably knows that normally Australia doesn't have a lot of gold in this position, considering how much he's gone into science. But then you accidentally hand him gold from your trade routes. It's got to feel It's got to feel difficult and painful.
Yeah. There was a good point over here made. The buy teams usually should put a defense on the traders, but it looks like it only works on his traders. It doesn't work on Portugal traders.
It doesn't work on whose trader, sorry?
On Portugal traders. And Portugal just buys out traders like there's no tomorrow here. he's back. He lost one, he bought another one. It's just whatever, man. Wow, okay. 173 gold at 10 from Barsake. I do have to point out Barsake did get to 34 science and 43 culture. He did manage to get that at Temenanki and with good tiles to work. He does
Yeah, he
have
just needs to buy up those other 2 tiles to really start to get that Edamananki working for him.
yeah, the main issue here, he only has 4 cities, and he's gonna need to get a lot of boats out in the water so he can save his body here, Phoenicia. While Phoenicia, I'm not sure why he's building an audience chamber from Tyre. I think at this point it's Caravels or bust. So I think going for units would be the way to go here. He's getting units from all other cities. I guess he knows this is defense or bust here.
I think maybe maybe Liege wants the governor title from his building, and the extra growth could help him out as well. That might be what he's thinking there.
I guess.
Oh my god, there's an absolute swarm of English ships bearing down on Sebarton.
And next turn, we got Kazakh with cartography. That's going to be turn 44 cartography. That's faster than we've seen in the previous days.
Yeah, that's actually insane because the Australia we saw before, that was in a 4v4 teamer where he can have assistance. This guy has just hit a 44 turn Caravel timing. That's absurd.
Yeah. Chat is calling out, Liege will be fine. We're going to have to see with Australia coming up right now with the cartography. He is going to start upgrading his units. He does have promotions on those galleys as well. That's going to mean he's going to have the +7 emblem on his caravels also. That's going to be quite important. Did he manage to get... Oh, he didn't get an admiral yet. Okay, so he needs at least one more project to get an admiral. That's coming up in 2 turns.
What's coming up in 2 turns, sorry?
An admiral.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Plus, it's not one of the strongest admirals. I'm curious to see, do we expect to see people trying to buy admirals if it's a particularly good one? What are the admirals that we might see here that players are going to really go for?
Well, the Armada one would be extremely good in this scenario. Rahendra Kola would be very nice, but that I think a lot of them did get picked up early. 3 of them by England, by the way. He got Hanno, he got Gaius Dulius, he got Artemisia, and now we do see Medieval and Renaissance. So bonuses, we're gonna need to see who's gonna pick what next up.
Yeah, what does Hanno the Navigator do? Let me see.
Oh, that's the one with the melee.
That's the one with the melee. I see.
Yeah.
They got the fleet, the promotion, and the melee. Gotcha.
Yeah. Also, Sandro Games got cartography in 7. Liege has Buttress in 1, and I see Barsake also going for his cartography. All of them need to gear up for war now.
That's true. Now, I think the interesting thing here is the Portuguese now. Is that like a game-changing unit? Is it I don't know how it plays out.
I would say so. It's gonna be having that free promotion coming off base, and that's an extra +7 on it. It can do so much damage against your opponents fast enough, and of course it does have also the Fettoria as an upgrade, a unique improvement of Portugal.
Interesting. Yeah, the Feitoria could be huge to change things. One thing that I've maybe never seen a player do, but it could be worth considering. I'm pretty sure Navs have a build charge, so they could be used to harvest out crabs for extra gold, right? That's something you can do with them.
Yeah, for sure. And look at the damage counters here. Australia, attacking into a Byrim with a level 1 promotion is just not gonna do enough damage. If Phoenicia just gets more Byrims, he's gonna defend this.
Yeah, I think
even
so.
With
like
that. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was just going to point out what you were showing, like a Caravel with a promotion attacking into a Byrim with a promotion. only takes about half of its health. Once he has those guys stacked up on top of each other, protecting each other, I don't think he's going to be able to kill these biremes fast enough.
Yeah. Chat calling out. Pretty sure a leech is gonna have more gold than pre-builds. Yeah.
True.
He's just gonna swim in gold. Yeah.
Very, very true. Especially because now he's going to start bleeding pre-builds once these Caravels start hitting. Oh my god! Are you looking at this Caravel hitting the Bireme by Utica?
Yeah, I'm watching it. And Leech is just trying to put new ones on the front line. And yeah, the Caravels do one shot the Biremes there. They need to attack. He needs to put level ones there, unfortunately, but it is what it is. That's why I was saying you definitely need to get as many of those units as possible and get some scouts in the water as well to get that extra support bonus. It
Yeah.
matters so much, so much.
I almost feel like Portugal needs to feed a ton of gold over to Dido so Liege can start buying those scouts. He's only got a couple of them in the water. I think he needs more.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this right now? Do you think that this is just a precarious moment, or do you think this could be, depending on how it goes out, this could be the death of Liege?
I think he should be able to survive, especially on Tyre, on Sebernd. Yes, maybe he will lose the north, but the big thing is Portugal over here. How fast is he going to manage to get those boats out? The moment he's one turning galleys for most of his cities, his 2 turns Batras, and of course you do see legions or 5 turns on his cartography. It might not be enough time. Like honestly, at this point, it might not be enough time. I'm thinking also England did amazingly well to put the pressure on Phoenicia on the west side, so he couldn't have enough boats in the north. Chat was pointing out also that going 6 cities wide for Phoenicia is a bit too greedy, is a bit too much. Staying on 4 and 5, getting units out instead of building those settlers would have been a much better choice here. But
I feel like he made a reasonable choice because that's kind of how you want to play Dido. It was just the timing was really, really scary because he stopped producing units just as Australia started pushing back, and it just kind of didn't quite work out for him.
Yeah, and this is the gamble sometimes you make in the games. It's very hard to know beforehand what's gonna happen, and if the gamble pays off, you're gonna get a lot of bonus points on you. If it doesn't, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, Australia has impressed me a lot here, considering he didn't get a golden age. He didn't even go for harbours first, and yet somehow managed to defend against biremes and is now pushing with Caravels. I think that just really goes to show you how strong a player Kazakh is. The fact that he missed something as critical as a golden age and is still in a position to put massive pressure on his opponents with an insane economy, right? I think he has, well, he no longer has the biggest economy in the game, but he definitely still has the biggest science in the game.
Yeah, Australia over here is insane when it comes to the science. He did get Hypatia first. He's gonna get also. He's gonna get free library. What I see from Barsake here is he's a bit too late on his boats on the nows. Nows will probably change the dynamic of this. I do like the fact that more and more biremes are coming out from the cities of Phoenicia, and it looks like at least in the captain next to his captain, he's keeping this in check at least for a little while. Now he's buying out the scouts from his cities, trying to get that extra support bonus on his boats as well. The Australian units cannot one-shot them anymore.
No,
and this
yeah,
is going to slow down this significantly.
Yeah, for those of you guys don't know, basically if you have a scout adjacent to a boat, it gives it +2 combat strength because of how the flanking and support bonuses work, right?
Yeah. Don't think anywhere. Oh, England got Rahendra. Also, England showing up to the party would be quite important here, but I don't think they have enough gold to spread between them. I guess England is going to have a Caravel fleet, though. He's going to get a free Caravel with Hanno, and then he's going to improve it in a fleet with Gaius Duilius. That's going to be massive here.
That's going to be a terrifying fleet, although England doesn't have that many units, right? They're pretty light on units right now, especially in comparison to Dido.
Yeah, they got pillage quite a bit, and this is all on Kazakh here. He's putting as much gold as he possibly can on Kazakh. Also, I do want to point out another thing here. This is basically what Australia could build. It's quite problematic for him to get new boats in the water before he's gonna get Merchant Republic, because he's just gonna not have the production to do so.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, walls in Utica. He chopped the stone tile and got walls in Utica.
ooh, that is huge. I mean, Caravel will still break the city over enough turns, but that's going to add what, maybe 2, 3, 4 turns to that city's life.
Yeah. Why is he not? Oh, the Caravel attacked and the trader could move. Kick W. It is what it is.
The poor trader there,
The-
just
the-
sitting underneath that Caravel. I love the idea of there's like the massive sea battle going on. There's ships getting blown up. People are shooting cannons at each other, and then there's like a little merchant guy with a ship full of gold just sailing by, being like, "Hey, don't mind me,
Yeah.
guys. I'm just a trader."
Yeah, exactly. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. We got quite a few boats coming up from Lisbon, Porto, and Faro. He's getting 3 boats a turn. Actually, 4 boats almost a turn. I see Braga also from the north starting to put galleys in production. We do have 3 turns cartography for Liege, while Barsake is 5 turns. So he needs somehow to survive the next 3 turns, and he should be fine. He should be fine to war this out, drag this out another 3 turns.
Yeah, I mean, with the amount of gold that he has in his pocket, I think he's going to be able to survive until cartography, no problem. And then once he does, he might be able to, Uno reverse and start pushing. Because I mean, if you look at around Tyre, that is a terrifying fleet of biremes out there, like genuinely horrifying.
These caravels, even the level 1 caravels cannot push through this. There's 12 support bonus on one single bireme. It's just insane.
It's absurdity. And I think, this mass settlement from Liege here, I think it might be what saves him. He is just producing so many biremes. And it's starting to look like a death ball, this massive boats. I don't think I would choose to go up against Liege's fleet right here. I think I would I'd be like, let's dodge that guy, just build walls in all of my cities and hope he doesn't come a knocking.
Yeah, we do have also La Pegre getting their civil service. Next turn, Liege is going to get the +5 from military alliance. And of course, we do need to see how he's going to get the boats out in Utica and Sidon. These are, I guess, the most problematic cities. I think they have this. Like, looking at long term, there's no way Sidon and Utica will be taken over in the next 2 turns. And then Barsake is just going to swoop in from the east and take back those cities if it comes to that. And look at Australia. Like, there's no more. He's barely building harbors, getting his lighthouses out. How is he going to get new boats in the water?
Oh, God, I actually don't know. I mean, like, look at his yields. He's down to 54 yields. Before he was the yield leader. But he's only on 3 cities, Michael. 3 cities compared to Liege's 6 cities.
Yeah, he made a sacrifice, and now we might see Liege's gamble pay off. More cities, the better.
Yeah, this is what I always say. You want to tell if someone's a pro player? Just count how many cities they have.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, Lisbon going for Stonehenge. Do you think this is just for era score, just to get through a golden age?
Yeah,
there are
probably.
6 turns left. Yeah, there's 6 turns left on the era.
Yeah, it's they do have Sandro Games actually. I don't think he's gonna get a golden age anyways. 28 out of 38. That's not even gonna put him close to a golden. He did manage to get Warlord's Throne. I do see he's getting a splendid campus in the capital. He's getting some more lighthouses for those traders, and their economic zone is safe. By the way, you see Brisbane and Bristol are trading with each other, and the main economic zone is through Galapagos Islands.
I mean, it's safe for now, but what's going to happen when Liege gets those caravels? I don't know how long.
That is the biggest question. We'll see. Next turn is the moment of truth here. They do have 1,000 gold in the bank. What? 1,000 gold in the bank, even with buying out a lot of scouts, even with so many boats in the water. They still have 1,000 gold in the bank.
I mean, really, I think it just comes down to that early trade. I really do feel like if England had been able to get that trade up with Australia just a little bit sooner, they would have had
Yeah.
more gold. They would have had more caravels. This would have been a more devastating push. But I think just the lack of gold meant that there just wasn't enough caravels. And plus, the push was split, right? You have a push around Sidon and a push around Tyre. But I feel like
also
this is a bit of
see
divide and conquer going on here. Go ahead.
a quick redesign of the economic zone. Portugal is going to put those trade routes towards these and Byblos. They're going to get less yields, but still good yields. And there we got it. There we have it. Caravel's popping off from Phoenicia. He just got 3 of them upgraded. He's going to upgrade them to the west side, and he's going to try to hard build some more. This is going to go terrible here for both of them. England doesn't have any more units to play with. He did get a Caravel, but unfortunately, again, the production is going to be a problem. Phoenicia's ability to get so many boats out is going to allow him to upgrade so many units with the economy of Barsake.
Yeah, this is just. Oh, I can't help but feel that the unique naval units coming out here from these players,
Yeah.
Phoenicia and Portugal, are just a little bit too difficult to deal with. If I'm Australia and England here, unless I can make something happen in the next 10, 15 turns, I start getting worried for my prospects of this game.
What? Australia moved in and pillaged that's the Gulf Plaza? Yeah, he double pillaged the Gulf Plaza of Phoenicia. Wow, okay, but
That
with
is
an archer.
amazing. That's huge. I mean, think of all the culture he got, and he takes away the audience or the audience chamber. That's a huge amount of growth just ripped away from Dido. I love cheeky little plays like this. This is Archer is a hero. We need to rename him.
Yeah. This is Legolas. This is Legolas. Clearly.
Definitely.
Phoenicia is also pushing with a single biome to the southwest. Sorry, a single Caravel with multiple biomes next to him in the southwest. He does have a Caravel from England to play against, and I do see Gaius Julius is over there. England might actually get the fleet out soon enough.
Yeah, interesting.
We'll see.
If we see that Caravel fleet, that would be very scary to play against. One thing that might be worth mentioning here is that Liege is feeling very safe right now. He has decided to go for his lighthouses. He's looking for those trade routes. He's looking for that gold.
Yeah, he's not even pushing out, by the way. He knows he saved his cities, so he's not looking to push into Australia's fleet. He knows Australia is going to have a big problem remaking his fleet. And of course, in the meantime, he needs to deal with England on the west side. He doesn't want to push anyone. He's going to patiently wait for Barsake to get his own fleet out. And look at Barsake go. He is going to try to get the Golden Age. He's 52 out of 58. Just needs 6 more points. He just got, or he's going to get actually next turn, Divine Right. And he's going to get also Stonehenge from Lisbon.
Yeah, he's
Very
looking
nice.
like he's got that Golden Age in the bag, and this will be a medieval era Golden Age. What do you think he would pick?
That's a good question. I think he's this time he's just gonna go freeing. He got Theatre Square from Faro. He has his monuments up. He doesn't need his culture that much anymore. Well, I guess Pen Brush and Voice would be a good thing also. I'm not sure. Like both of them have pros and cons. For example, Pen Brush and Voice would give him closer to Merchant Republic, which is going to be massive. Getting the Press Scans card to keep on building units. On the other hand, getting to Ironclads would be also massive. So, a bit,
Yeah, it could go either way. I think it's mostly just
yeah.
down to his style. I don't think there is a correct answer. There are 2 good answers, though. England, hard building caravels right now. I don't like this. This feels a little bit like desperation.
Zach Archer is still alive. He just got a promotion. Oh man, Legolas here is just doing amazing work. God's work over here on the city of Tyre. He got out of there.
There is a slinger in the city of Tyre that was trying to kill him, but I think he's going to be getting away. There is a nice salt mine down to the south that he could pillage as well. Legolas, the hero, running around causing issues. The only thing we're missing is like a warrior to act as Gimli.
Yeah. One other point that I would like to make here, of course, while you cannot hard build the caravels anymore, you can pre-build quadrims for those frigates, and it does look like Kazakh here is trying to go square rigging just as well as Sandro Games. They will need a lot of Niter, while of course you do see 10 on Kazakh already. That means he's trying to go for that frigate advantage. The frigates, well, I guess they're not that strong anymore against caravels, but they still do give you quite a strong advantage.
Yeah,
Wow,
especially the fact that they do damage but don't take damage when they attack. That can be a game changer on these
exactly.
naval battles.
Exactly. And I do see Phoenicia here will need to replenish the fleet to the north. He's definitely going to need the support help of Barsake. I think at this point, also Barsake is just looking to get mercenaries before he's going to upgrade his fleet, banking on the fact that it's going to take quite some time to chew through the defenses of the cities of Phoenicia.
Yeah, these guys must be communicating, must be putting plans in the motion. And this is always the funny part of being in a multiplayer game. Your teammates always screaming, please help me, help me, help me, help me. And you're like, listen, just give me
Yeah.
5 more turns. I got to get mercenaries. I got to get this tech. I got to do this.
Oh my god. The famous, yes, the famous tanks in two. Yes, I know about that.
Tanks in 2 turns, I promise.
Yeah,
Okay,
tanks
where are
in
the
two
tanks?
turns. Yeah.
It's like
Coming,
another
I'm
2 turns,
coming,
I
bro.
promise. I
Hold
promise.
on. 10 turns later, you're dead. I'm coming, bro. I'm coming.
I'm on my way, and you just roll into a smoldering wreck of your allies' former empire.
Yeah. But you said tanks in two. Yeah, yeah. I'm getting refining in two. Yes, yes. You know. Oh man, so many games. Back in the well, even now when you're talking teamers and everything is a bit in the fog of war, when there was a problem and the teamers would have the team would have just tried to make their opponent CC. They were always using these kinds of things like. These kinds of arguments, like I'm gonna have tanks in 5, I'm gonna be on our borders like in 7 turns. You're gonna die, bro. You're gonna die. You know? But that never actually happened because other issues,
Yeah,
gold
yeah.
pre-builds or other stuff.
That's what you always got to talk a big game, even if you can't play a big game. I'm sad to inform you, Michael. Legolas has been killed by a scout. The orcs found him.
No.
They found him. They killed him. They took his lembas bread. They took his fine elven cloak, and they took
Oh
his skin
no.
too, and made a hat out of it.
Well, now he's back into the light city. What can I say?
Yeah, he's gone
He's
back
gonna,
to the to be with the Valor,
yeah.
the Valar.
I'm actually a bit surprised over here. Phoenicia now is starting to spread his boats around, and it doesn't look that big of a fleet as we thought initially. And of course, England putting some more pressure on his boats, taking killing out those burning pre-builds. But he is sacrificing a significant amount of caravels here. 2 of them might actually die next turn.
Yeah, I think because when I was looking at Dido's military strength before he had Caravels, he had about 720 military strength, and he only has 778 right now. I think a lot of those
Yeah.
biremes around Siberton have been killed, in particular by that Caravel fleet. Look how much damage it does! Oh my god, it's terrifying.
Yeah, they just spent all the gold now on Phoenicia to upgrade his boats, and of course he does need to get the upper hand on England at the moment. That's the biggest thing here. And while we do see England does manage to do some quick moves, he did lose one of his caravels. He's probably gonna try to stay alive with the other ones. And I do have to point out Barsake is making now enough gold to buy to upgrade the caravel one every turn. He's on 192 gold a turn, while Liege is on 58.
That is 192 gold per turn. He could
Yeah.
almost buy a Caravel every turn at that rate, right? He's getting close.
Well,
Like
it's
500
what,
gold every 2
380?
turns.
Yeah, 500. Yeah, yeah. He's just waiting for mercenaries. 3 turns for mercenaries, and he's gonna get that. Man, he doesn't even have the boost for mercenaries. He's still gonna get there.
God, that
It's
is a
fine. Cartography next turn.
terrifying fleet that he has prepared. Because if he saves up his gold, almost every single one of those galleys should be turned into a Caravel within the first 2 turns of his awakening.
Yeah. Wait, Fafnir here is telling us that they took his skin and made a hat out of it. Where Legolas hat? I want Legolas hat. What is this?
Hey, listen,
I
you
want the
can't
hat.
tell me if you were an orc and you caught an elf, you wouldn't turn him in. I would turn him into a hat 100% of the time.
We only have from Australia 5 more caravels coming up to the north of Sidon and Sidon, and I do see they do definitely 100% need to buy a builder in Sidon to actually chop those walls out. It's taking an incredible amount of time to get ancient walls. 5 turns might be a bit too much. I'm not so sure Kazakh is actually gonna keep on attacking into this or just pillage the tiles. The cotton over there looks extremely juicy.
Yeah, I mean, look, all of those pillageable resources look amazing. Like, I feel like
So
this
many of
Caravel
them.
here from Kazakh sitting on that Kothon, he's just waiting for the right moment to rip it up. There it is, 79 gold, yoinked away.
Easy peasy. And attacked into the city. That's 4 turns and 3 turns and that city's gone.
I was not expecting that much damage on Sidon. Where's the builder? They need to get it out this turn, or else that city's broken.
Yeah, and of course we're gonna need to see Portugal upgrade his boats. Oh, he's still gonna need to wait for those 3 turns for the mercenaries. I think they just went into the new age, right? So this is gonna be the chance of him choosing. Oh, there we go, there we go. He went pen brush and voice. He wants that extra turn going into mercenaries there.
I'm a little bit scared for Dido here. I thought Dido was going to be able to survive this without any problems, but the city of Sidon now under major threat. I think right now Leja's screaming at Portugal, dude, where are your caravels? Where are the nows?
Give me gold, give me gold. Yeah.
I need those nows right now. Where are you? Help.
Yeah, Portugal is actually putting a few galleys towards him, so he's gonna try to help out his buddy here, try to delay that takeover. While Liege has been busy attacking into English fleet on the west side or defending against him, he has started up his squadron production here. Yeah, they do need to get to military engineering, so they get those niter points done, and that's one thing they're missing. Only Kazakh actually has niter. And the only problem here, of course, would be getting the gold for those hard for those upgrades, but it should be fine. It should be fine. They're making 100 plus gold per turn. Honestly, it should be fine here. And especially with the pillages, they're making another 135 gold. Oh my god, that pillage from the trade route.
Yeah, that's got to feel not very good on the side of Phoenicia. I don't know how much gold they've managed to feed over there with those trade routes. And don't forget, every time you kill a trade route, you have to rebuild it. Oh, it's so painful to lose these trade routes. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. When I'm playing single player and the AI pillages my trade route, my fingers hover over Alt F4 every single time.
Okay, let's vote in the World Congress. You go A, first option into you. I go B, first option into you. Then we go digital democracy. You go A, I go B. And then I go B, you go A, you.
A, so A, B, yep. I vote A, you vote B, gotcha.
Yeah. You vote A into you, digital democracy, and you, and I vote B.
Perfect.
So we
have no impact on the World Congress. Firaxis, please implement the new observer mode. Do it so that we don't have to do this.
Oh my god. Yes,
I feel like I'm doing accounting every time I have to go into the World Congress when I'm observing a game. I have to okay, you vote for this, I vote for this. It's like, I just want to watch the game. I want to play some Civ. I want to see the real memes. Now, how do you think the players might vote in this World Congress, and how important will those votes be?
Well, monarchy will probably be a choice here. Even some of them might think to go merchant public, but I think monarchy usually is the mainstay. At the moment, I don't actually see something that would be popping into my head to be important there. I didn't see anything important there. I do have to point out Phoenicia went Dark Age, and it does look like he's going to get the +5 on his boats with the card. And he's getting pushed on the city of Tyre. Now Phoenicia needs to upgrade the last 2 caravels here. Otherwise, he's going to lose the position on the capital city.
Ooh, this is starting to look very, very scary for Dido. I thought he was perfectly safe, and now it looks like the hammer is coming down. Now, like you said, he does have Twilight Valor, giving his melee unit an extra 5 combat strength. But when he's dealing with these incredibly highly promoted Australian caravels, is that enough?
That's a good question. I was actually looking at the damage counters here on that one single caravel in the city of Tyre. It barely goes down after it gets attacked by 3 caravels of his opponent. And of course, the 3 caravels will get damaged so badly. It's quite a problem to go into that. Okay. We'll see. I think it's all about Barsake here. Those nows will be extremely important. By the way, the fleet coming towards Utica for the galleys will be the forward ones, the first upgraders. They're going to upgrade in his allies' land here. And of course, we do have the second fleet coming up from Lisbon. Most of his trade routes did reposition towards the south, but the damage has been done. I think half of the Australian fleet has been upgraded with the pillages, which is quite a problem. Quite a problem.
Oh yeah, I would be surprised if it was more. I wouldn't be surprised if it was more than half. The amount of gold value they've managed to get from doing those trade route pillages is genuinely insane, and that's one of the big dangers when you commit to a trade route early. You never know where that trader is going to be and whether or not that's going to be a safe place in 20 turns when he's halfway across the world.
Yeah. Also, big moves coming up from Sandro Games. He managed to outmaneuver Phoenicia's fleet and took it out. Now we do have him remaining alive with 5 caravels, and he still has his fleet about. Looks
Yeah,
like Leech did say, okay, I'm going to reposition my boats towards Byblos, the safe harbor, and I'm going to upgrade a little more when I'm getting my mercenaries up. He's going to get it next turn.
yep,
They
yep,
need to
yep.
keep as much gold as possible for the Portuguese upgrades. Oh,
It
they
does.
gave up on taking Sidon. Okay, interesting. And there we go. The one Caravel next to Tyre did go down.
Yeah, I think he's pulling back for the heel because he's expecting those walls to come up, and I think he also maybe spotted those galleys coming in from Portugal. He might be pulling
Yeah.
back until he has frigates, and instead trying to pressure over on Tyre. I think the city of Siburton has been abandoned by Dido, just trying to get a trader out of there before it falls.
It might be. Again, walls might save it for a little while, but not. Well, actually, it might save it for the game. I don't see England getting frigates anytime soon, and it's gonna take a long time to chew through the walls with just caravels. We'll see. I'm really curious to see the next moves. Probably what we know for sure is Portugal getting those nows. It's gonna have a major impact. He just got his mercenaries, and he just needs to get to the next turn to upgrade his boats here in Utica. They have the gold, 342 gold on Barsake. He can upgrade with only 90. That's fine, 90 a pop.
Yeah, 90 a pop is very, very cheap. And I do think it's worth to mention that, like, if we think about this game, Australia got Caravels on turn 44. It is now turn 58, and we are seeing the first nows come online.
And no cities have been taken with the advantage of Australia. What he did manage to do was put so much pressure on Phoenicia.
Yeah, Phoenicia's economy is in a really bad shape, particularly when it comes to his science and his culture. His production is in good shape and his gold is in good shape, but the pressure that he's put on Phoenicia here is starting to show some cracks in the fundamental economy. He's starting to fall behind a little bit in technology.
Yeah, those boats that he could have built would have mattered so much here. I'm at the moment on the fence if the 6 city settle will pay off or not from Phoenicia.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, like, here's the thing: a lot of these players, they're making gambles, they're making decisions without the full board of information. It's very easy for us to sit here and say, oh, that's a
Yeah,
mistake. I
would have been
think,
better like this, and yeah,
yeah, but I
for
think,
sure.
I think it was a good play, but it didn't work, right? You know how, like, if you roll 100-sided die and you only lose on 100, if you hit 100, that doesn't mean it was a bad idea to roll the dice, right?
Yeah. Hey, we got nows in the water, getting the promotions up, and now, of course, we will see how strong these guys are. They do have the combat admiral, and they do have the military alliance, the emblem, the first promotion. And looking at the damage points against the Caravels, of course, Australia doesn't have admirals for all of his sides. He does have Himerios attacking Tyre, and the boats in Melbourne, for example, don't benefit from an admiral at the moment. He might need to do some projects to get a new one. He's around 7 turns to get one. Six, yeah, 6 turns to get a new one.
Yeah, 6 turns is a very, very long time in a game of Civ. Like, that is That's like a quarter of an era, so he's going to have to figure out how he's going to get an admiral. He is doing a project in Brisbane for the harbour shipping, so I think he realizes what you've mentioned. He needs another admiral. Yep, and there they go. There's the projects.
Yeah, yeah. He needs the gold. He needs the admiral. 100%. He needs the bonus points. Of course, the sheer number of Portuguese boats that are coming against him is gonna be very important. Barsake immediately going towards Merchant Republic, so he can get his uh, press gangs card, so he can hard build boats from now on. I do see also a lot of pillages coming up from Australia. Capital city of Tyre is getting attacked here. Walls go up, but in 5 turns, Suburnt is gonna die. That's no way he's gonna keep that city.
No, it's a scary moment for Dido. I mean, this is all about Dido Rat Gaming. How long can you stay alive? How long can you cockroach until these nows get here?
Yeah, I see a perfect timing coming up from Sandro Gomes on the west of his empire. We got a few nows going against his cities there, but look at the time. He repositioned a few caravels. He knew this might happen. And the city of London and Newcastle upon Tyne is going to get new ones the next turn. That's just perfect timing. He built these for like 7, 8 turns, and now they're popping from his cities.
Yeah, and this just goes to show you how experienced these players are, how good they are at the game, how good they are at reading their opponents and being prepared for anything. He knows that Portugal is to his west, and he knows that there could be boats coming for him. And even if nothing comes for him, having his own caravels in position to go attack Portugal is also worth it.
Yeah, we're gonna need to see what they're gonna focus. It does look like Barsak is just gonna have a few boats there to pressure England, not really take him out. While his main attack force will be in Utica, 100%. He needs to take out Australia here. Well, of
The
course, we do have Kazakh with frigates. That's gonna be a game changer.
Yeah, I think the big advantage for Portugal heading over to England there is the fact that he's going to be starting with the Embelon promotion, giving him +7 combat strength on those boats. However, if he doesn't actually nail kills on England's caravels, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. How big of an
Yeah.
impact do you think those frigates from Australia are going to have here?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it was a mistake for him to hard build them. I think he got surprised there when the frigate technology popped, and well, sometimes it happens. The computer shows you 2 turns and you just finish it.
Yeah, it can
Um,
be unfortunate when that happens.
Yeah, and he spent a lot of niter into those. I don't think he had a half coast card. Now he's gonna have a few of these, a few frigates, at least 2 of them. One is going tired to take out that capital city, which is gonna be impactful, but I wouldn't actually call it that much because, like you pointed out, you can't really raise a capital city. You can only keep it, and is whatever. It's at this point, it's whatever for Nisha. He can't decently build a boat from that city anyway.
Yeah, I will say this though. I mean, he is kind of closing the noose around this left side because even though the Portuguese nows are here, they have to pass through an incredibly narrow choke point to the south to get to Canberra, or go the long way around to the north, where Australia has plenty of time to respond. So while there is the gigafleet of nows here, it's the positioning from Australia is masterful, and it's going to make life very, very difficult for Portugal.
Yeah, Kazakh over here knew that he's gonna get attacked and is repositioned extremely well. I'm taking a look at the damage points here, and it does look like the nows are gonna be able to punch through the Australian boats. It's just a matter of how many boats he's gonna lose doing this. But he has the damage. He has the damage advantage. 76 against the Caravel 70. I think it's a matter of where's that admiral? Where's that admiral? Oh, it's going back to Brisbane, so he repositions it in Melbourne. He's gonna try to do his main defense here in Melbourne.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think, the huge advantage again is just the fact that Portugal starts with a promotion. So if he can get good flanking on these caravels, it's going to be a scary moment for Australia.
Yeah, let's see what he's gonna do. Barsake is quite experienced, and of course, we're gonna need to see him use that experience now to its maximum effectiveness. Himerius did get teleported in Melbourne, so we do have the extra +5 coming up on the Australian boats. These are also experienced boats. We got them with there we go. One died.
Oh, a 2 promotion caravel going down from 3 attacks from a single promoted caravels. That is scary.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. Those those promoted caravels, if they hit you 3 times, it can be a dangerous place to be. I will say that that caravel on the right side, it is on the verge of a promotion, so a single attack from Portuguese now will trigger the heal.
Yeah. We got the moves, and Australia is actually getting back. He's just going to leave enough units to take over the city of Tyre, and of course, immediately after he takes off that city, the Gavro Plaza is going to get deleted. But to be fair, Phoenicia would need to rebuild that anyway, repair that. And what is he going to get out of that anyway? It doesn't look like it's going to be that big of a problem. Oh well, it is what it is. On the west side of England, we got 4 nows coming against these boats, and they don't have an advantage. Only one single point of strength against the English boats. While, of course, England does have a Caravel fleet there, and this should be strong enough to withstand all of the Portuguese attacks.
Yeah, that Caravel fleet is going to be the game changer, especially since it's leveled up twice. It has that plus 10 combat strength when it's in a formation, as well as the plus 7 strength against naval units. And the plus 10 combat strength from being a fleet. This is a genuinely terrifying unit. A 94 combat strength on the attack.
Yeah, the biggest question is, why is Sandro Games not linking it to Santa Cruz? Oh my god, that's Santa Cruz. What? He's gonna get the armada out of that boat as well.
Oh my god.
That's okay, a fleet and an armada. Okay.
Okay, GG, dude. Jesus. Oh, huge push coming in from Portugal on Melbourne. They've broken many of the caravels.
This is the power of the nows, especially when you have an insane number of them. And that's why they sacrifice so much time, so much gold here to get as many as possible here. We're going to need to see if this is, until the end, going to pay off. They're going to get a liberation on Tyre. That's 100 favor points right there. And of course, we do need to see how fast they can take out Australia's cities. And that city is going to get ancient walls, and it does have a frigate inside. It's still going to shoot really strong with really strong points against the Portuguese. And while, of course, Barsake would 100% need his own frigates to fight. Where is he going? So Leach is trying to get military engineering. I see commercial hub investments coming out from Portugal. Does he even need more gold? Is he trying to get? Oh, it's the great merchant. It's Zankian. Okay, he's going to get an extra trade route capacity there. I was thinking, like, does he even need more gold? They're making 280. And this also goes to show that gold is not everything in this game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you could have all the gold in the world, but if you don't have the tech to back it up, what are you going to do? I do notice that Barsake is building barracks in Faro. What could that be for? Is that maybe terracotta army? Oh, he could get an extra promotion in all of his boats, right? Because it applies to boats. That is disgusting.
Imagine having +7 and then an extra +10 against ranged units. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, these nows are going to be like titans walking around with clinker-built reinforced armor. There's going to be nothing that these frigates from Australia will be able to do against him once he finishes that terracotta armor. Or terracotta army.
And a free heal from the promotion, indeed.
Oh, Jesus, there's so much advantages. I do notice that England.
No, he's getting pushed back. Yeah, he's getting pushed back. Sandro Games, man, he's not giving up on this. Oh man, he's everywhere. He's literally everywhere.
He is.
It's unbelievable how much he could impact this game with little stats and the boats, the free boats that he got from his Royal Navy docket.
Yeah, the one thing I'm a little bit worried for Sandro is he's just purchased a frigate. He's basically only building military units, which makes me worried about his economy. I will say this also, Subburton, the push he was doing on Dido, he's pulled basically all of his ships off that front line.
Yeah, this is exactly what Barsake wanted, right? He showed him a few boats, and then immediately Sandro Games reacted to this.
Yeah, and you know, he kind of had to, because I don't think he could have dealt with these 4 nows inside his territory unless he pulled that Caravel fleet and a couple of extra caravels over here.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't have enough. And there we go. Faro building terracotta army in 7. I see another builder coming up from Guimares. and intelligence agency finishing in Lisbon. He's gonna get a spy on his opponents. An extra +3 would be amazing here. But still, they're fighting in the dirt here. It's still anybody's game. England has the power to affect the game late game. He is gonna have 2, 4, 6 cities at the moment. That's more than Phoenicia has, and it looks like at the moment he's keeping up those bonuses intact, while Portugal is gonna have a serious issue pushing through the Australian cities.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call England to be on 6 cities. I mean, if you take a look at Hunza, that's more like a tenth of a city. He's on 5.1 cities. But I wonder here, how do you think Australia is feeling right now, seeing this massive fleet of naus bearing down on the city of Melbourne? What's going through his head?
I think he's feeling a bit safe because there's no frigates coming up from Portugal. That's the biggest thing here. No frigates means his walls are going to be intact. If you take a look at the damage counters, that's just not going to happen. The naus pushing into Melbourne, that's not going to happen. There's a one-tile choke to the north that he can easily defend Canberra from. And he just keeps putting quadrims in the water. The biggest thing is, I'm pretty sure Portugal is going to get through the one-tile choke north of Tyre. That's just not defendable enough.
No, there's just not enough boats. Maybe if there was 2 more boats and a couple of extra scouts to defend that choke, he could hold it. But at the rate that they're punching through, I don't think it's going to happen. And then don't forget, like, this Tyre front, when it collapses, I mean, Phoenicia does have a few caravels knocking around here, ready to come back out and make some difference in the world.
Exactly. This is the counter push coming up from Phoenicia. They spend that gold on the naus. Now Phoenicia needs to get his own fleet out. A bit late on the quadrims though. Again, frigates are going to be the game changer in the next turns. We got Barsake 8 turns square rigging. Liege is going to try to get his military engineering also. While I do...
Watching this match, it does feel like 2 boxers just slugging it out deep into the rounds. I'm wondering who will get knocked out first, because it looks like neither side is even close to surrendering here. There have been moments where I personally would have thought the game was coming to a close, but these players are just so good that they can't be broken easily.
Yeah, and I do see in Lisbon, he has 2 niter tiles already making niter, by the way. This is going to be a lot of niter generated for both of them. Liege does have his niter north of Tyre, but that city got taken out, right? So
yeah, I mean, it's a rough life. It's a rough life when your capital gets captured, but it's going to flip back at 4 turns, whether he takes it back with his boats or he gets it back through loyalty pressure.
Yeah. Oh, Liege can get back his city of Suburnt and keep on pressuring England from this side. Oh man, he's getting back. He's getting back into this.
Yeah, this is just textbook teamwork, right? Portugal managed to pull a massive amount of the English fleets over towards him. He got the aggro right. He's tanking for his teammate, and then his teammate comes out, tries to recapture his cities. Perfect MMO dungeon gameplay going on here.
Yep. This is unbelievable. We do need to see also what Portugal is going to do with his Fetorias. I see he's placing them in the cities of Utica and Sidon. You do see 240 gold coming out from Barca. They can just buy out quadrims if they want every turn for those pre-builds of the frigates.
Yeah, and he did just use that great merchant there to get himself an extra trade route with Zhang Chan, I think it was.
Zhang Chan, yeah. I'm actually quite surprised that we don't see more scout spies, so he could get extra support bonus on his naus. That would still be important for him, but yeah, there's a lot more moves to be done, and you see they don't have that much time throughout the turns.
Yeah, I mean,
it's quite problematic.
It's an incredibly stressful, high-pressure environment. I mean, what do you have, like 2 minutes per turn to make a decision over like 40 different units and 5 different cities? These players are under tremendous pressure.
Yeah, and oh my god, Sandro Games is pushing through Guimares. That city might fall. He just needs to get the walls up, and even if he gets walls up, we got Sandro Games with a frigate getting close.
Yeah, that frigate is terrifying. I mean, walls do make your cities incredibly safe on the naval sphere until those frigates show up. Those frigates doing full damage to walls, blasting through them. Just like these caravels are blasting through these naus.
Yeah, this is quite a problem here. What is Barsake gonna do? He's getting his terracotta army in 3 turns. By the way, he did try to chop it, and he's gonna try to chop those walls in Guimares. And that's not really, I would say, an easy city to go into. 61 strength with Victor. Well, now 52 because he moved his other now outside, but still.
Yeah,
Let's
I mean,
see
this is a
Portugal.
scary position to be in. One thing I think is worth mentioning is like if you look at everybody's territory, the people who have been fighting, who have been scrapping all game, their lands are so unimproved. Like they have no mines, they have no lumber mills, they have nothing because they've just been
And
chopping
they
and
chopped everything.
brawling
Yeah,
the
yeah.
entire game. Like look at Portugal's lands in Guimarães. He has like nothing improved just because he's been so like
Yeah.
desperate to get stuff out of that city. And it's the same for
But at least
England.
the other cities, though, they have mines and everything. But then you take a look at England. England is just, wow, it's flat all over. Look at that. Nothing remains here.
Yeah, he's just like this is just goes to show you like how important the tempo on those chops is. You don't have time to get builders and build mines. You got to get those boats out, man.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
too many production points.
so Burton is going to fall next turn. Dido recapturing one of the critical cities in their empire.
Yeah, he's gonna get the position on the city of Tyre. That's gonna allow him to breach the defenses also of that one tile choke. Coming up with a fleet from the south is gonna manage to do a pincer movement on the Australian choke.
Yeah, I can't help but feel like the noose is closing again around Australia. He was in a really dominant position, but it's looking scarier and scarier every turn that goes by. Although there's not as many nows in the water, they've kind of spread out and they're kind of getting picked apart.
The biggest thing is the production is still with Portugal. In the Eagles tab, we do have him with 112 production, while Kazakh is on 69. That advantage will just get bigger. The biggest other thing is, of course, how is he going to use this production to get an advantage over his opponent? He has the gold, he has the stats, he has the goal, he has the the production. So I think at the moment he's actually quite well. Um, Positioned for the next part of the game. And of course, we're going to need to see if that's actually going to give him the win. Because how many times did we have a back and forth here? This is the fourth time that we see um, a change of position here.
Yeah, I mean, this is just easily one of the most unpredictable games I've ever seen. Most of these naval games, it tends to be someone throws a punch and then someone gets knocked out. But these guys have been throwing punches back and forth for what feels like 40 turns now.
We do have Ponisha getting subburnt, and he did manage to take out the Caravel. These are not easily replaced at all. He's barely building up frigates. He upgraded all of the pre-builds that he had, and at the moment he's just trying as much as possible to keep the defenses up through the choke points. It looks like Kazakh over here is going to get printing also next turn, giving him an extra +3 over his opponent. But I think Portugal already had that. And the big question is, where is Portugal going to put his spine? He did get intelligence agency. Where is he going to get that spine?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on who his primary target is. I think he might have two spies.
Did he
Intelligence
hard build
agents.
one? He might have been.
He
Yeah.
was hard building one. I saw his capital building one for sure, and he built the intelligence agency. So I think he's got two of them on the map.
Okay, so let's see. I don't see any in Australia's land at the moment.
There is one
I see
in
one
London.
in London. Yeah, London. Okay. So he's gonna try to survive here. Oh, Guimares will get walls in 2 turns. The frigate is there. He's gonna start shooting soon.
I mean, walls in 2 turns. Is that fast enough? Look at that Caravel fleet. It does half the city's health and damage. I think it dies next turn. I think that city's dead next turn. I think it's.
It might be. It might be.
This is the crack in the armor that Portugal didn't want to have. This is the crumbling. Is it potential? Like, I swear to God, Portugal looked like they were going to win the game, and now it looks like England's going to give Portugal a black eye. What's happening in this game?
They're not giving up. This is why they're in the finals. This is exactly why they're in the finals.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, this is level of play that I don't think I've ever seen before in Civ. Just players just completely using every mechanic to their advantage. Even you look at Australia entire. He bought 2 tiles so that he could heal his caravels in that 3-way choke point there.
Unbelievable. Also, I do want to point out another massive advantage here for Portugal, managing to keep the city of Melbourne blockaded, does take away a third of the production capabilities of Australia. Even if he is trying to put out caravels or build them, he's not going to put them in the water. Wait,
Oh yeah, for
is he
sure.
stacking those boats there? No. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, there was a
There was a frigate, right?
there
Think
was
it
a
just
frigate in there. I
yeah.
wonder what happened to it. Did he maybe try to escape with it or something? I wonder.
I don't know, but now Portugal has all of those upgrades. He's gonna take a turn here to upgrade all of his boats.
Oh,
I
do you
see
know
a
what
lot
I
of
think it
builders.
is? Do you know what I think it is? I think Australia
Whoa.
is close to getting ironclads. And so he wanted to
Uh,
have a caravel in the city
is
so he
it
could upgrade it into an ironclad.
I
Maybe?
have a very hard time to believe that.
I
Because of
mean,
the sorry, it's because of the change up that it did in BBG. You need scientific theory to go for steam power. It's just such a long science, such a long road. Only scientific theory requires 558 science. That's like 10 turns with its science at the moment. 9 turns.
I suppose maybe you could be right. He doesn't. Oh yeah, he doesn't have education actually. So yeah, he's not at ironclads. I would, maybe I'm wrong there.
He's going there. He's going there. Don't get me wrong, but it's gonna take so long. It is just not gonna be a good thing anymore. And this is quite a thing over here because Phoenicia. Remember yesterday when you said it's good when you see players getting rolls and one with the melee, the other one with the ranged? That's exactly what's happening here. Phoenicia getting quadrims because that's the only thing he can build. He's gonna synergize with the Portuguese nows to punch through the defenses of Australia in the next few turns.
Yeah, especially because Portugal's science is climbing up there, so he'll be able to get the ironclads before Dido will be able to. And so that'll just continue to solidify that ranking as I'm the melee guy and you're the ranged guy. But that's a lot of quadriremes from Dido there.
Yeah, even with Merchant Republic with the press gang card, Australia is 3 turning caravels. That's a long time to build caravels. Zhao the third over here. I'm not sure if he did manage to get his, but I think he did. Press gangs. Let me see. Oh, he
One
does. He does. Okay.
one thing worth mentioning: England
Yes.
just finished exploration, which means she can now start building the Sea Dog, her unique privateer unit, which can capture enemy ships when they kill them.
Oh, that's gonna be so funny if we see that happening. And
This
of
this
course,
I feels like another one of these swingbacks where like it keeps swinging back and forth, and now there's another unique unit coming onto the field of battle.
yeah, exactly when he was getting pushed and we thought he's gonna go down, he's getting an advantage back on his opponents, and oh my God, he's gonna live for a few more turns. Okay, well,
I
I
would
do
like
have to
to
point.
uh, I would like to draw your
Yes, yes.
attention to the smouldering crater on the east side of Portugal's homeland.
Oh yeah, I saw. There's a big circle over there of remaining walls that never got built, never
Rest in
got
peace,
finished.
Galarmos, or whatever that city was called.
Yeah. But now England is just not going to have any of that. He's going to go back to his cities. He doesn't care about any more cities. He knows it's going to be a hard time pushing through this. And of course, Portugal did build a significant fleet next to Lisbon to the south.
Yep. Well, I mean, here's the thing. He doesn't have to do any more damage, right? He killed a city.
Yeah,
Portugal has to defend, and now he can just take his time, take a step back, sit on his laurels, and decide upon his next move in his own time.
yeah. The biggest thing here, the biggest change up is if they do manage to take out Australia. Australia is the weakness, I would say, even though he has the most science and the most culture. When those frigates come out, that is going to be, well, a ticking time bomb until his cities die. So definitely we need to see if he's going to manage to defend this. I see in the north that level 2 now can seriously outmaneuver that frigate. 63 versus 80, that's just not going to be good enough damage.
Oof, yeah. I mean, that's just not enough damage against him now. I mean, the Caravel fights toe to toe with it. But I don't know if you saw this, but Portugal just finished an industrial zone in Faro, and I think that might be a Venetian arsenal coming up.
Oh,
I
oh,
don't know if
that's
you
gonna
saw
be
that. I don't know if
interesting.
you
But
said
it's
it.
gonna. I did not see that, but I'm really
I'm a little bit skeptical because that's like a
yeah
500 production. That's like a 500 production wonder that gives you 75% more boat production. That's a big investment. And like that's one of your
yeah.
major production cities sitting there building
That's
something that
like
is
10
not
boats
giving.
right there.
Yeah,
That's like a lot of investment. I don't know, man.
he's going
Uh,
for the pyramids. Is this an era score play? How long is left in the era? Oh yeah, this is an era score play for sure. He wants that golden age. He's finishing Stonehenge. He has pyramids on the way. Yep, he's going for a golden age.
the big thing is there's a counter push going on the Phoenician fleet, and that was, I guess, all that Leech could scrounge to get back the city of Suburnt. Now he doesn't have caravel frigates to work with his caravels, and he only has like 3, 4 more caravels to work with. If he doesn't retreat next turn, he's gonna be caught out of position and will probably lose his fleet here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
there
looks
we
like
go,
he's
and we
stepping
got a
back. He's stepping back.
yeah.
He did manage to recapture that city, which is a win for him, but I feel like he needs to be very, very careful. He's living on a knife edge right now. He does not have the production nor the army to really push as aggressively as it looks like he wants to.
Yeah, incredible. We do have, of course, also quite a few Portuguese boats that are just sitting over here. They don't have the power to push through the Australian chokes until they get frigates. So they're going to need to wait for those quadrims to get upgraded here. I do see Barsake also a bit undecided. Where is he going to try to put his attack? Is he going to be east? Is he going to be west? I think he just wants to get his uh, choke point defender to the south and maybe reposition it to the west. Yeah, there we go. We got a few quadrants going towards Utica. He would need at least 5 to 7 frigates to push through properly the cities of Australia, and of course defend against anything that's coming out of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's the sheer amount of mass that he's going to need to really make a huge difference here because his frigates are already a little bit late, right? And that's partially down to the fact that just how much fighting he's had to do this game.
Yeah.
Do we actually see? Oh, we do see 3 Sea Dogs coming out from England. How big of an impact do you think these Sea Dogs could have on the game?
Well, they are kind of like frigates with a little less damage, but with the ability to take over units. So we'll see. We'll see. I do like this strategy because it doesn't require niter, and they were kind of hard on the niter. They didn't have a lot of production to work with.
That's a really,
I'm
really good point. Being able to produce essentially frigates for no niter cost is a big advantage.
yeah, I'm extremely surprised of how long it took them to get frigates out. Extremely surprised, I gotta say. I was expecting them to get them a lot faster here. But I guess it is what it is. We're gonna see them pop. Liege is gonna get square digging next turn. Exploration in 7, so he's still not having that press scan card. And when he's gonna get his frigates, he can ideally push back the line here, or at least defend himself on the city of Byblos. Doesn't have
Yeah.
enough production to hard build that many caravels, and he will help out to take over the cities of Australia. It's a hard game. It's a very hard game for both teams here.
I mean, but here's the thing: a hard game for the players means a great game for us to watch and
Yeah,
commentate. Right? This
for
is the
sure.
kind of game that I love to see. I love to see people going back and forth. I curious about your opinion on this. I feel like one of the major advantages here for Bart's sake, for the French players, is that massive gold advantage they have.
Yeah.
Sandro and Kazakh have just been broke this entire game, whereas Portugal has been swimming in piles of gold like Scrooge McDuck. How do you think that gold advantage could be a deciding factor in this game?
It should be, but it's all about how you use it. How, of course, if you have the technology to use it. For example, now they have enough gold to upgrade whatever boats they need, and I'm actually surprised they're keeping so much gold. They could be buying out stuff just to get some advantages from.
Well, I think
Um,
I just saw what they wanted to use a bit of that gold on. I just saw 6 frigates get upgraded across the French team there. 2 in Utica from Phoenicia, and then 4 in Utica and Sidon from Portugal.
yeah, And of course, Melbourne is going to be on the receiving end. But then you do see Phoenicia did upgrade in Byblos, quite a few boats, and it doesn't look like they have a lot of strength on them. Um, oh well, where's the admiral? There was an admiral here. Where's the admiral?
That is Ferdinand Magellan. He is a Renaissance and
Oh,
industrial
oh,
era.
I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay, so
I
it
think,
should be fine here.
here's the thing. They have way more frigates than the English and Australian players do, at least on this front line right now. So I think the ability to do damage without taking damage might be a game changer for them.
Another important fact here, I gotta say, the moves coming up from cards were a lot better overall. They managed to outmaneuver their opponents every time it went to the same kind of strength war.
Do you think so? You think Australia and England just positioned and used their units more efficiently?
Yeah, but England for sure, and Australia, it was masterful over here. The only problem was they had a lot of bows to chew through when we're talking about Phoenicia's production early on. But he did with just a few units amazingly well on England, of course. I mean, 5, 6. He only had 5, 6 caravels, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, the efficiency in unit movement and unit attacking and just unit value that he managed to get from those 5, 6 caravels was insane. Because I'm going to be honest with you, when I saw that he had no pre-builds, when he didn't have many galleys, I was like, I don't really like this, but somehow he's just so good that he made it work.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And we do have Portugal now getting his hard build nows from his cities. Got a lot of frigates. What is he gonna do with them? We're gonna need to wait. It does look like also England is repositioning again his fleet to go on the east side. He's defending London, and a few boats are going towards Burnt and of course Byblos. They need to get into. They want to get into the last cities of Phoenicia. Of course, the attack on Melbourne has started, and we might see that city go fall. That is gonna take away 30 science. That's half the science of Kazakh, almost half the science of Kazakh, with 22 production and 8 culture.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help but feel like the city of Melbourne is dead. And it kind of feels like, do you know what this makes me think of, Michael? It makes me think of a base race in StarCraft. Rather than attacking each other directly, they're both trying to take out the economic centers. Team Cars in the south going for Byblos, and then Team FR going for Melbourne in the north. Not directly engaging with each other, but doing a base race.
Yeah. Looks like we got a comment here in the chat. Liege and Barsaki are better at simming, while Sandro and Kazakh are better at war. So they're both trying to use their strengths over here against their opponents. Let's see the siege of Melbourne. Oh, look at that city fall.
It doesn't matter though. Like, the English fleet is like a hydra. You cut down one caravel and 2 more caravels zoom up to take its place. Very careful and tentative moves coming out here from Australia. Just gently poking and attacking.
Yeah, poking a little bit with those frigates, getting the promotion points. It's man, it's very hard for both of them now. Every move counts, and of course, number of frigates will count quite a bit in the next turns. We got new caravels finally start coming out of Sidon and Utica. That took a long time to hard build them. Liege just barely getting exploration next turn. He's gonna get the press gang card, and of course, had a serious issue replenishing the boats that he lost.
Yeah, but I mean, look, with the fall of Melbourne and the fact that Team FR has a rather large military advantage, every single extra caravel that they can squeak out is going to have a big impact.
Yeah, for sure. I see Australia has a hard time building those boats, and when he's going to lose his city of Melbourne, well, he doesn't have any more production centers to speak of.
Yeah,
He's turning a caravel from Brisbane with the press gang's card. That's not enough. Compared to Portugal, which is 2 turning them from like 4 cities.
Yeah, it's just scary.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel like if he had settled that little peninsula city with the Giga campus and all those turtles around, maybe he would have been in a better position. You know, I can't believe he skipped that city.
Yeah,
he needs to buy a settler right now. Go settle it. It's important.
Well, it is what it is now. It is what it is. Do, there's another good comment coming up in the chat here. I wasn't even thinking of Biblos actually in danger of being taken over, but it looks like it might be. We
Me
need to
A,
go
you B.
again. B, yes, U A. I go for B. So U, I go for city center, and then oh no, preserve. Sorry, preserve, and then U. So you preserve U, and I go for A. You go for I go for B. You go for A.
Gotcha. I have voted for A on all three of them. Me, preserve, me. Perfect.
Okay. We got a pause coming up next turn. Talking about Byblos here, and it looks like we're gonna have a pause next turn, mid turn. Phoenicia, if he loses this city, England can start to pass through the south towards Portugal. He can outflank the boats of Phoenicia. I'm not sure if it's gonna matter that much because again, the fleet is not that big of England, but it still will matter quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Even
here's
just
the thing.
raising this city would be amazing.
Here's the thing. The longer, like the fact that Melbourne is breaking here, even if he breaks through here, I feel like Portugal might be able to just relocate around and block this. But if he does get through Byblos, all those trade routes, all those production centers become wide open for attack.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that with all of the seaming and with all of the boats here, somehow the traders weren't that protected. It is quite a problem for La Pegre. They feeded their opponents so much gold that they actually shot themselves in the foot doing that.
Yeah, for sure. So I wonder what the players are feeling right now. Like, because they're playing the game but limited information. They can't see everything that we see, so it's easy to kind of project their own feelings onto these players. But how do you think Liege is feeling right now? I wanted to go through and kind of like see if we can surmise the perspective of each player.
I think he's feeling the pressure. He's definitely 100% feeling the pressure of this game here, and it's a very hard game for him and for his teammate. But that's exactly how a final should feel.
Yeah, for sure. You never want to be able to waltz into a final and just pick up a bunch of points.
I know, yeah, that just doesn't feel like a final. Remember that 1v1 that we had last year, the finals? It just ended at 10-17, and we were like, wait, what happened here? Like, come on, bro. You know?
Yeah, it was brutal. That poor settler getting caught out. I think it was a scout that caught a
Yeah.
settler, right? Oh man.
Yeah, exactly. A scout caught, etc. Then it was a disaster. Also, on one of the cities, lost a population. Everything was kind of, not in his favor.
Very, very unfortunate. So, what about the position of Kazakh? How is Kazakh feeling right now? Melbourne just died. Is he starting to feel the pressure?
Oh, for sure, he's probably gonna lose his city soon enough, like all of them. With the arrival of the frigates, now they can push through choke points, and it's gonna get harder and harder for him to defend. The main fleet of England is to the south. They're pushing through Byblos, and they're trying to take that city out. Might actually take that city out. Will they have enough strength to keep all of these Portuguese boats at bay? Because look what's happening in the choke points. These caravels are taking down slowly but surely. And everybody's building caravels now. Everybody is building caravels. This is just a numbers game at this point. The
Yeah,
bigger
this is
fleet.
a grudge match. This is just to the death. I will say though, the English Sea Dogs have arrived on the scene, and they might make a difference. How do you think England is feeling at this point in the game?
Not so confident, I would say. I'm looking at the Sandro Games putting up a very good defense. He knows London is probably going to be next on the chopping block. He is getting baited by one of Barsake's nows to get out and reveal his fleet. And of course, Portugal over here does have a spy in the city of London. He knows what's going on. His nows are stronger than the English fleet, and I am actually quite surprised we don't see an admiral here in London. He used his admiral against Byblos. So Santa Cruz over there.
Interesting.
He's
So
gonna.
England is starting to feel the pressure as well. And then finally, I want to get your thoughts on Portugal. If you were in Portugal's shoes, how do you think he's feeling right now?
I would say he's a lot more confident. He has the production, he has the stats, he has the gold. He just didn't get to apply the power over his opponent that much. But I think at this point he's in a good position to outmatch his opponent. The main problem here, and that's usually a problem with the timer, you just don't get enough time throughout the turns to do everything that you wanted. So you might lose a move here, a move there, and you have to prioritize what do you think it's important. Sometimes you just don't get the priorities right because of the speed. You have to make that decision in a split second.
The city of Byblos, thank you for going through all their thoughts and giving me your thoughts on the positions of these players. You are more experienced at casting the game than me, so I appreciate your perspective. The city of Byblos did just fall.
It did, and I'm actually extremely curious. Is Sandro Games gonna keep going, or is he gonna raise that? I would personally think he should get more strength from raising it, because then if he raises it, there's no more reposition from Phoenicia on this side. He cannot push through Byblos, and if they don't raise it, they're just gonna fight over it. If they do raise it, he can reposition his boats to keep Portugal at bay to the north. Oh, he didn't. He didn't raise it. He kept it. And now, of course, Phoenicia can take it back with the frigates.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought raising it would be a really good move here, and that's purely just due to the fact that you could take this massive English fleet and move it to the north.
Yeah, and boom, it went down. Yes, they're gonna just trade over here, but he doesn't want to trade. He wants to win. Oh, walls go up. Oh my God, Liege with the builder.
Liege, the 5-head, insane play to chop walls in a city with no health in it. That's going to be a really painful move.
Yeah, it's gonna delay this takeover another turn, and that might be exactly what they need over here to move through from the north. They need to move through the north, and you do see the Naus are punching through the north of Canberra as well. Slowly but surely, those Caravels are doing the damage.
Yeah, I mean,
the frigates taking down. There we go. There we go. They're just at the moment Australia is just not putting boats as fast as he's losing them.
No, the war of attrition has kicked in. The trench warfare on the sea is starting to grind down both of these teams. Who will crack first? I'm starting to see cracks appear in both Portugal and Australia. Portugal lost a city. Go ahead.
Wait, Portugal lost a city?
What? Yeah. Remember they lost a city on the east side, so we're starting to see both teams are getting grinded down with attrition.
Yeah. I thought it lost one now, and I was like, wait, what?
no, sorry. I misspoke. Sorry. What did you see?
I was looking at England's defense on the London, and they did lose quite a few boats here. The Naus just strolled in and killed a lot of boats, and now we got new frigates coming up. These frigates are much stronger than the Sea Dogs when they're fighting against each other. They will two-shot the Sea Dogs really quickly. And of course, we do need to see if the Naus are going to get captured here. But I think Barzak is going to be more... There we go. He's more wanting to attack into his opponent and take him out rather than lose the boats. Like, die against his opponent.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, even so, even capturing just one or two of those Naus can be a big game changer. Look at him, in particular, positioning his ships to grab those kills.
Yeah, and we have quite a few boats. 2, 4, 5 more Naus appearing over there. It's just not enough time for England to replenish those boats that he's losing now. Of course, the boats of Portugal will already have the experience points on them. And I don't think we have spies coming up from England, but I want to double check. No, there's no spy from England on Portugal. So there's a mismatch in the Diplo damage then. These are 74 strength Naus against the... Well, wait a second.
Yeah, don't forget about that Caravel fleet there within a formation doing insane amounts of damage. This is the pillar that is keeping the city together. Also, Byblos got raised.
Byblos got raised? Yeah, there we go. I think he realized too late his mistake. You know? He realized that city is just going to keep him hanging there. That's a problem. Oh,
Yeah.
what's with the golden age? Is it important? Let's see. Reform the coinage on Portugal. Oh my God, 253 gold. Liege is normal age, Kazakh dark age, and Victoria normal age. The Victoria on the normal age actually not getting the +5 on him. Oh, we got a breach in the north. Canberra lost all of his boats there. One single caravel remaining. And look at
Ooh,
the frigates stroll in.
this is a
Capital city
scary
of
moment
Canberra.
for Australia. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like if Byblos had been raised last turn, maybe some of these caravels in the choke point could have been redirected to defend Canberra. But that one turn could be
Yeah.
making a decision about whether or not Canberra will stand.
Trying to get the walls up. Walls are really not going to defend him against frigates. They're just going to delay 1 or 2 turns, but maybe that's exactly what he's looking for. The delay. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it looks like Portugal, the big problem they have is Portugal is completely untouched. England, Australia, and Dido have all taken serious punches here in this game.
Yeah.
But
More caravels coming
Portugal,
out of the cities. Yes, Portugal.
but
Yes.
Portugal has just been sitting in the back, simming up, having a good time, doing whatever he wants, completely untouched by war. Well, except for that one city that he lost.
I gotta say, this one English caravel is unbelievable. The fleet is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
That
insane.
one caravel, man.
Look how much experience it has. It has 137 experience. That is an
He's gonna get the next
insane.
one. He can't attack into him, and that's the incredibly strong 74 against 98. Really? Wow. He can kill everything around it, but not that one. And that's,
Yep.
I think, at the moment he's gonna try to wait for the next, nows, so he can get more strength on him.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. That thing is pretty close to a promotion. Oh,
Yeah, we
oh,
needed
this was the
the
mid-turn
pause.
pause.
Yeah, the pause. Yeah. Oh, repositioning, by the way, Portugal is left to go through the choke. England is going to be the one trying to get this up. And of course, we do see the frigates of Barsake managing to deal a lot of damage against the English caravels. Now, the boats that were upgraded from Australia, because they left from there, they want to go and defend their capital city, are going to allow Portugal to move through this side. And of course, the resupply line is going to get much faster. Yeah.
Yeah, a
We're getting
tactical.
close to also the 4v4 finals, I think. Let me see.
I think that's in an hour from now.
Yeah, that was, oh my God, that's such fast, such a slow game from them. Turn 81. I wasn't expecting 2v2 to hold this long, especially in Archipelago.
I mean,
But
are
look
you
at the
complaining?
players. No, I'm not complaining. It's amazing.
It's such a good game. This is like easily one of the best
Yeah.
2v2s I've ever seen in my life. Just so much back and forth. It's a real nail biter.
Yeah. Actually, let me take a look at the schedule here. I know Liege wanted to cast the finals as well, the 4v4s.
So do you
It
think
is
he
what it
might?
is.
Hey guys, I need to
You might
CC. I
see
gotta
it,
cast the next game.
Emergency sub, guys. Emergency sub.
Can we sub in a spectator? I want to go cast the 5v5 or the 4v4.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a better pick than Australia? I think Australia
No,
was
it's
an
actually
incredibly strong pick.
Sorry, the 4v4 is actually in 2 hours. It's fine.
Oh, it's in 2 hours. That's plenty of time.
Yeah, it's plenty of time.
I
I
think
think we're just
Australia
not gonna
is.
close the stream. It's fine.
I had a question here, Michael, from a viewer asking about
Sorry.
Australia. No, we just keep talking over each other. It's no worries. But they were asking about wasn't there a better pick than Australia? You have to remember a lot of naval civs were banned, and Australia is a really strong naval civ, isn't it, Michael?
Yes, that you've seen the power of Australia. They're getting the caravels much faster than everybody else in the game, 1044 caravels, and he tried to use that advantage as much as possible. The trick with Australia is what are you gonna do after you get that? And usually a lot of pre-builds is the way to go there, so he can keep on upgrading. In this scenario, he did his best to use his land and try to get the position on Bonisia. He did manage to do insane amount of damage here. I find it hard to believe, for example, a nation like Persia or Scythia would have done the same.
Really, you think?
Most of the other ones were banned, so you got to take that into account. All of the other ones were banned.
That's another good point from Wands here. Australia has a really good high roll potential. If you get 4 to 7 pastors in your capital, like Australia did, and you get really good breathtaking tiles, which he did, you can just really get away with the game. I mean, he had Caravels on turn 44. I feel like Australia did work this game.
Yeah, did amazing work here. It's just a matter of too many nows and not enough economy. Like, he got extremely lucky that Liege did not properly defend the economic zone. If Liege would have managed to defend that economic zone and there were no pillages, I find it extremely hard to believe they would have had enough gold to upgrade their boats.
No, I completely agree. I feel like Australia and England, they were hanging in by a thread until they managed to get those pillages off on those traders.
Yeah. That was incredibly costly for them. Of course, they did get the chops in. I'm actually curious why they didn't chop every crab here. They still have a few of them that could have been extra gold, but I guess it was a problem of builders.
Yeah, I mean, look,
just
everybody's
didn't have
just
the
been
builders.
struggling to get builders. I mean, you take a look at England, there's not a tile improvement in sight.
Yeah, I know. He's still getting those boats out. He's outmatching at the moment the Portuguese. The biggest thing is with Portugal is he didn't wait to pull a full attack on England. And it does look like Central Games has the first moves. A bit of a problem for Portugal. He's needing to do first moves on two sides, while first moves on two sides, while England is hard focusing on one. That's after he did take down Biblos. It just opened up a lot of possibilities for him to focus on the capital defense. So he should be fine. Usually, when you go on an offense like this, you don't want to trickle in your boats because it's a high chance of you losing your boats to the opponent fleet. You want to get them in a ball, the death ball.
Yeah, for sure. You want to hit with mass because units are stronger if you have units adjacent to them.
Exactly.
Question.
Yes.
Liege is building more settlers. Oh, the surrender.
Victory? What? Who?
I'm wondering who surrendered. If that's a surrender from Liege, I think that was a mistake. They were going to win, I think.
No, it was Central Games. GG.
Okay, that's fair.
So they didn't see a way for Australia to defend itself. That 100% Australia would have died here. He has 2 more cities. The second he dies, of course, there's
It's
no
2v1.
more. Yeah, it's a 2v1 against England. Look at the nows coming up from England. Oh my God, excuse me. We got Sea Dogs taking the nows.
That was an absolutely incredible game. I just want to point out that Kazakh lost 36 units that game. He killed 36 units that game. Lej lost 58 units in that game. That's an absurd amount of units that he lost. Look at the attrition that Lej went through. That's crazy.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable. How do you see this, by the way?
Oh, I got transported to the victory screen so I can see the cities lost and stuff like that.
I see. Oh, you didn't click on one more turn. I see how it is.
Because I like to look at the graphs. The graphs are really fun, man. You gotta look at the graphs.
Yeah. You wanna jump in the chats with them?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. 2v2 La Pegra?
2v2 La Pegra. La Pegra. Hang on, let me find it.
Really? But it was so close, and it was very good game to play, to be honest. So we are very happy about this win.
This kind of game that gives you feels. Like every turns matter, every move matters because it's so close.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh my God, Liege, you weren't defending those trade routes over there. They upgraded so many boats with those trade routes.
I know, but
I
couldn't do much thing because in sea fight, when you have the technology before the opponent, it matter more than for land army. I mean,
Yeah.
there is no PM between your land and his land, so he can pressure you. He can take level up, and level up on the boat are very strong. I was on 2v1, so I don't know where my admiral has to go in the middle game of Caravel, because at the beginning it's against Australia because he has the Caravel earlier. But at a point where Unza was pushing me with Caravel, where there was Australia pushing me too, I cannot do a lot of things because Sandro did a great thing to level up on Unza. I mean, he had a lot of galleys, level 1, level 2. And
Yeah.
when he goes Caravel, it was deadly on me, on Sbruten. I tried to kill some galleys because I know I had a lot more of pre-build than them, because Dido, more production. It's easy to just do one harbor and just go by rim after
Okay.
it. So it's
Yeah.
Yeah, Liege, you had like 200 combat strat more than them, and you
Yeah.
lost 58 units that game. You like
Yeah,
suffered
yeah.
so many losses. It was insane, dude.
Yeah, I know. It was like I know what is the most important is to let scale my Portugal behind me, and I don't have to not die so quickly. It was very intense because I couldn't do a lot of things when Caravel was hit by Australia. It was very hard, to be honest, because when came frigates, it's the same thing. Level up coming, and you can't really trade about this.
How many
And
points did Portugal have?
Points?
Golden
Point?
Age. Golden Age.
For Golden Age, the first
Yeah.
27.
Oh, a lot.
What the fuck?
27.
How?
27 out of
I-
19. So
I-
it was
I
something.
first met Wonder and Continent, but anyway, I had a plan with Arbor +4. It was okay.
I mean, I didn't think about Portugal on the draft. I thought it would get normal age,
And
but I forgot about the two casters and shit.
yeah, but two casters, and you since it's like a small continent, you can go monument first.
Did you go
I
Monument
went-
first?
No, I went builder, but it was the idea, you know, like
Yeah.
dude, you punish too much.
Huh?
You punish my war move too much, like
Yeah, same.
I mean,
It's unbelievable what
I have
Sandro
Sea
games
Dogs.
that
oh, fuck you.
I have Sea Dogs did.
with only a few units, Sandro Games was managing to do unbelievable work there. If you had more production in his series, this would have been a
I
different
mean,
game.
dude, I have like one heal in my Hold Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I was
dude,
like
Sea Dogs
crying
are so
for
good.
you.
I stole the Caravel.
I roll a bit with Sea Dogs, I feel. Like you
No,
you
I have
stole-
Legendre. I think it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, you have Spy on me, but I mean, it's equals, you know. So I don't know.
For Rajandra, I clicked on the gold, I heard the sound, but I didn't get it.
I clicked and I heard the sound and I got it.
Yeah,
I mean, I was
So-
spam clicking. I don't know about you.
I know.
Did you expect to play us on Naval map or?
We wanted to
Oh.
play Naval map before we
Yeah.
started playing, and you banned Pangea, so we're happy.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, to be honest, Naval map is RNG,
Yeah.
so yeah.
I have
There
a
was
great
another massive advantage. The
Maybe we should
early
have banned Portugal and let you
Pantheons.
Spain. I think it would have been better. But I don't know.
I don't-
Spain scaling so good with Magnus too.
Yeah.
No, I
Um,
don't think. Yeah. I
Dude,
agree with
Portugal, I was 100 GPT or 35.
I know.
It's so fast, but I have perfect position in the game. Like we I roll this, you know.
I didn't see your spawn. Let me load in because
have
I saw. Were you building Venetian by the way, or no?
Hmm.
What?
Venetian.
I had my industrial zone ready. Yeah, one turn for.
Yeah. I saw the industrial zone. I didn't see the Venetian though. It was
Yeah.
fog of the war, whatever.
It was set up, and with the mercantilism, with Whistlebanken, my city had 55 production, so it.
I
would
mean,
have-
yeah, you have the Caravel building the improvement. I don't know. We were hoping you would get normal age and we would Caravel rush you. You know. I mean, but the Caravel rush didn't work because you were buying scouts and units for Leech.
Yeah.
So it was really hard for the Caravels. But we had like 7 upgrades, I think.
Yeah,
And-
you had nice eco in the early game.
I mean, you have more gold because you're Portugal. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
GG Sandro, you played very well this game again.
I mean, you have a really good spawn. Refuge, double pasture.
Yes,
What the
I have
fuck?
greenery,
Dice?
and I have double
Yeah,
night.
What the fuck? Double banana?
Yeah.
Double banana B2, dude.
Dude,
I have
how do you have every tile you have in your empire is a hill? I have every tile I have in my empire is a flat tile.
Ah,
Yeah. I have a really good
No,
spawn.
that's a lie. That's a lie.
Huh? Okay,
I am on Civ Replay.
okay. How many
Sorry.
hills do I have Lich, in my empire?
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, in my
5,
cap, in my
6.
cap, in my cap, in my cap.
Ah, one little.
Yeah. This guy has 1, 2, 3,
Look my
4,
spawn.
5,
Look my
6.
spawn. Banana free too. Very good.
You spawn? Yeah. 2 banana, 2 beast, 2. Your cap is faith, God of Sea for free.
But you know.
Oh, you
Civ
have
Replay-
turtles too. Okay.
But you know, in Civ Replay, you are ahead in production and food.
And because I went 4 city opening, the Jack strat.
No. Free City against Free City. I mean.
Oh.
He's not ahead. I am 44 production, turn 26.
Yes.
No, because of City
Yes.
I mean, to
City,
be honest,
that's
like we got unlucky. Like I don't know. I had a 4 city island. Kazakh had a decent spawn. To be honest, they had a lot of pastures, but I don't know. You have better spawns, I think. 3 God of Sea on Leech. Wait,
Yes.
did you go God of King or Urban Planning?
No. Urban planning.
Okay.
I
you have good
agreed a
to-
bit, but I think.
I mean, to be honest, I think it was spawn diff. I mean, to be honest, when we pick a Naval map, we know it's going to be a spawn diff. But,
Yeah.
it's 50-50. You can
Yeah,
be
you
sure.
You should look at Civ Replay. It's not. It's not
Yeah,
that,
compared to the first map.
I mean,
This was
Leech,
the
I'm
second
working
one.
1 tiles in my cap
Yeah, I know.
for
but,
the last
You never
30 turns.
improve them, man. Like,
Improve
come
one.
on.
How can I improve one tile?
The farm.
Put a farm.
And watermill.
Builder is 27 pro, and I get 1 food in return.
Oh,
Where-
as in
where-
not even
where
a
is it gonna
hills,
pay
you didn't
back?
you didn't put even a how to say mine there.
Because I have no time.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was
And
no
I
time
don't
in the
even
game.
take apprenticeship.
no time,
20k apprenticeship is grief.
Yeah. There was no time in this game. You made me panic a lot of time, Sandro, about first move.
Oh man.
What do you mean first move, dude? Bart's sake, first movie.
Dude, you are playing with you played with me a lot of time, and I'm not logging very early in the turnover, so.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, you killed my units too.
Yeah, I tried a bit, but how much? 58 unit died?
On you?
I don't know. I know. I see 22. No,
How many units did I lose?
wait. I'm looking. 38. 38 unit died for me.
What about on me?
8.
I mean, I have Regendra. It's hard to trade.
9 for Bartsa.
By the way, I misclick use Regendra in the start.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't want to use him. I thought it was. I mean, I didn't look over and I see the black icon, so I thought it was the free naval unit one. But I used it and I was like, "Where's my free Caravel?" I didn't realize I used Regendra.
It was a nice game anyway, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
GG,
spawn
well
this.
played. You
GG.
kept us on our toes every
Yeah.
little bit of the game.
That was
Dude,
one of the best games
Portugal
I've
is
ever watched. It
2
was
turning
incredible.
harbor in his cap, 24 production.
City Patron Goddess, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, thanks for
14.
casting.
No, thank you so
Yeah,
much for
you
playing.
guys.
It was probably the most fun 2v2 I've ever seen. It was incredible. Sandro's warplay was incredible. Portugal's sim. Australia's start was amazing. I'm so sad you never got the little peninsula city with the amazing
When you are
campus.
No time.
when
Yeah.
you are talking potato, I am feeling I am like shit. Like Australia did
mean-
something, Sandro did some Omega good war move. Portugal won the
You
game.
stayed alive, man. You stayed alive.
Well-
That's what's important there.
Liz, you were like the cockroach that couldn't be crushed. You were just
No.
unstoppable.
Wow.
I'm gonna be the cockroach.
Cockroach.
No, you played
What?
incredibly. You
No,
were like
it's
a
okay,
wall.
It's okay, I
dude.
understand.
You
were so
double.
good.
You first met 2 wonders. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
but
first
you know.
met Continent. I screamed when I first met a continent.
It's not even different continent. It's the same landmass. Wow.
Who will play in the finals, though? You boys are both in the finals, right? La Pregra and cards.
It was the final.
Yeah, it was the finals.
No, these are the 2v2s, but the 4v4s.
Oh, it's no, it's for La Pègre. It will be another lineup, but it's a really, really good lineup, really strong. You will
Oh,
see.
you don't wanna tell us beforehand. Okay, I understand. It's
I mean, cards could adapt their roster. I don't know, you know.
yeah. I understand. It's the mind games. Okay. I see how it is.
I am not playing.
I think you will be like, oh my god, what a strong team.
Okay. Let's see it. I can't wait. This is like you've been fighting in the CCCs for years now, so I think both of you want to get that win. Very, very strong. More you
Okay,
than
GG
them.
guys, I'm gonna go.
More
Did
us? Why?
Yeah.
Bye.
You wanna give it to
GG.
them, right? You wanna snatch them away.
Yes,
Yes, that is true, but I think it's the same for them too.
I never won a CCC, so I would like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna stay that way.
Okay. We'll see.
Joking.
All right, cheers,
Uh,
guys.
Thank you a lot. And
Yeah, thank
thank
you.
you about your sub, Potato. Thank you, just a sub. Thank you a lot. Are you casting tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the 4v4. I think Michael will be in the game, but I'll be casting with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will be casting with maybe Bartsake.
Oh,
See you.
nice.
Bye bye.
Oh, there we go.
GG,
See you.
It was a pleasure to
Good
see you
evening.
guys play. Cheers.
GG.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais quoi toi ce soir du coup?
Bah, je suis là.
Est-ce que tu veux caster avec moi justement?
Ouais, de
ou
fou,
pas?
mec.
De fou, bah.
All right, boys, that was a great game. I'm probably gonna shut down.
Oh,
my
I was just putting you one channel up. Yeah.
I just
so
ran
we
down
got
here.
Yeah, amazing. By the way, amazing. You see how everybody is so excited about those little details. They know everything beforehand. They're trying to think it out. They're trying to predict what's gonna happen and how they can get an advantage over their opponents. It is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Dude, this big time. I've never been like so sucked into a multiplayer game. This was such a good game, dude. If every game was
Yeah.
like this, I would never leave my house. I would just watch Civ all day.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yes, we do have 1 hour and 40 minutes until the next one, and of course we do have, I guess, two choices: start up our streams then, or just leave them open. I guess we can just leave them open until the finals.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a raid, and then I'm gonna go get dinner, and then I'll start up my stream again in about an hour and 50 minutes. That way,
Okay,
that
okay.
way it acts as a VOD. Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, have a good dinner or have a good lunch. I guess dinner, right? It's 18th. Well, lunch. Wait, afternoon lunch, something.
yeah. Well, I like to eat. I actually eat dinner around 4 o'clock, which is like really early. I know it sounds crazy.
Oh, really? Wow, that is really early. I think I eat my lunch at 7 or something. I have my schedule is after the American schedule because most of my games are starting like 9 o'clock in my hour in my time. So everything is like I wake up at 1 or 2 and then go to sleep at 4 a.m.
you've got that unhealthy sleep schedule that I used to have when I was a teenager. But I tell you what I'm going to do, Michael.
Yeah.
I'm going to send all my viewers over to you, twitch.tv/OnSpotTV. We will be back in 1 hour and 40 minutes. I don't know if you're going to leave your stream up.
Yeah, it's gonna be up. It's gonna be up. Thank you so much, Say. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Raid
of
over
course,
to
always a
OnSpot.
pleasure.
Yeah, it's super fun. It was super fun to cast the game with you. Go hang out on OnSpot TVs. We'll be back for the 4v4 finals in about an hour and 40 minutes. Do you have anything else you want to say, Michael, before I stop streaming?
Thank you so much for, of course, every little thing that happened over here. Amazing games, amazing questions that you had over here. Not to mention the insight, you did point out quite a few good strategies being afoot, being done, and we're just gonna need to wait for the finals. These boys are definitely gonna want to go against each other with all their might. So I think the best plays are gonna be had soon. 4v4s.
Thank you so much for your kind words. I'm also going to say a huge thank you to you, Michael, for being such an experienced caster, for having so much game knowledge and really answering my questions and the questions of my viewers. But that's going to be it for me. I love you, Michael. I love you, everybody. And I'll see you guys in 2 hours.
Have a good lunch. Bye-bye.
Cheers, man. Right, lads. I hope you guys enjoyed that 2v2. There will be a 4v4 in about an hour and 40 minutes. So mark down your calendars. Go to twitch.tv/OnSpotTV. I'll throw the link in the I'll throw the link in the chat there, and then I am out of here. I'm going to go get some food. I'm going to go do some laundry. I got stuff to do. But we'll be back. See you guys in a bit. Did I put that in the right chat? I put that in the wrong chat.